Good evening, Brian.
Good evening. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Nice weekend
It's
of
it.
LVO.
Yeah, I was watching earlier, but to come hang out with the folks over here. So here we are. I'm not rocking a Friday Night Fights shirt because I'm being a lazy bones and want to put my sweater on. So Brian's gonna have to hold down the fort. Anthony's representing us on the table. Both players are repping the tokens. Talk a little bit more about those in a minute. And
Nice.
yeah, and Jace looks like he's going to an interview after he's done here. So, or just came from one. So, either way, that's what's happening here tonight. So,
He dressed
um,
as a rules lawyer.
yeah, we might need one tonight. We might need one tonight. So, hey, if you didn't know, this is actually going to be a fun game. This is the game right here, Anthony versus Jace, which is the typical Friday night fights. But remember, 2023, we're going to run a rotation. But tonight, there's actually something on the line here tonight. Tonight's game is a league game, so league points up for grabs. No bounty up for grabs tonight because neither one of these scrubs are running Gar. No real players tonight because only Gar players apparently are real Legion players right now. So I've been told. There is a couple Gar simps in the chat. Justice and Pally's in there too, so I'm going to throw him into that category. X Todd hanging out with us. We got Stan Anthony switched over from the LVO stream to here, so you're welcome. Thanks for coming
As you
over.
should.
Yeah, for sure, as you should. And Bernard holding down with not only comment 1 but 2 and 3 as well. So and then a shout out to Tom, which is I think a secret shade troll there. So low key trolls from Bernard, and I like that. So Bernard checking in from Ottawa as usual. So Brian checking in because where he was supposed to be is not actually happening today because something got canceled. People didn't want to eat, or what happened there? It's like,
For yes, no, it was actually we were supposed to have a return to work staff party,
oh,
and
so nobody wanted to party
yeah, no, nobody wanted to.
or
Nobody wanted
return
to
to
go
work.
go out drinking. No.
Gotcha. Or return to work. Gotcha. Because there was too much drinking the night before. Got it. Okay. That's why I don't drink any alcohol. Seems never seems to have any good stories post, and hardly remember any of the leading up stories. So, Aaron checking in from St. John, New Brunswick, which is good. Got a couple of East Coasters in here, which is fantastic. So yeah, we have the league game tonight. I can't wait to get into previewing the list. We'll do that in a second. Let's hit our little run through here, and I do have a just a bit more of a perk update that I need to kind of run through, which will be important to some folks if you wanted to find out how to get some cool swag. So, Bryant, why don't you tell people where to find us on the social medias? That's a place.
Certainly can. If you're looking for us on Facebook, you can hit us up at Star Wars Legion Friday Night Fights. You can actually also search Legion underscore FNF. On Patreon, if you are keen on grabbing some of the perks or just supporting what we do, you can jump into patreon.com backslash the terrain studio. You can also see Sean doing all of his bits and pieces behind the scenes with his terrain work as well, and pick up some one-on-one time with Sean as well.
Yes.
For Twitter and Instagram, you can hit us up at Legion underscore FNF, respectively.
Yes, I need to do some more. We need to get some more stuff to put on the Instagram because that seems to be a really digestible way. But yes, that's all the places that you can find us. I'm going to briefly talk about a little bit more about Patreon here in a second. Specifically, what comes up through the year. So the hard sleeves are going to be a little later down the track this year. Some people have asked me about supporting events with some FNF swag. These would be fantastic items to send out. The other items are a little bulky and expensive, and really kind of don't go a long way. Like sending a jersey wouldn't really be advantageous. It would go to one person without a name on it, so that's not really super cool.
Guessing sizes and stuff is hard as well.
Yeah, exactly. But card sleeves are an easy one and something we can easily do. So when we get going with those, that is definitely something we can get out to people and help them out. Like I said, you help us out, we help you out. I did want to talk about the tokens. You're actually going to see the live in the flesh tokens. Jace has his tokens. Anthony has his tokens. They're both probably rocking them tonight on tables, so you'll be able to see those. But let me just talk briefly about. They are live right now on the Patreon. In fact, I put them up with. I put 20 folks just that like just so that I can order in a quantity that's reasonable. I'm only going to do basically when you're on the tier, it's going to charge you instantaneously. I will tell you right now, the tier is $85 for a specific reason. Let me walk you through it. This is what a sleeve of tokens looks right here. This costs basically 52 US. So the tier is at 85 for a specific reason. You're going to get this sleeve of tokens, and that is going to include the shipping to your location in Canada or the US. So that right there, you can basically figure out real quick. That's where your cash is going. The other 15 that's on there, that's just joining the tier, and you get every perk that every other $15 person gets. So there's really no margin in there for me at all. I'm doing it so that I can get you these sleeves and they don't cost me out of pocket, is effectively how that works. So I'm not selling you anything. You're going to join this new tier that's on there. And in fact, there's already been 5 people that jumped on it like instantly. I didn't even have an advertisement out at all. So that's the patrons they're following, which is fantastic. So they're going to join now. It's going to charge you. Those folks are going to jump out after a month, basically, and they can go to whatever tier they want. I'll shut that tier down. And then you'll have that perk. And I'll unlock perk tiers like that, so people have to kind of, again, engage with the Patreon, so that you'll know kind of when those things are on there. If anybody accidentally ever got charged twice for this, which you won't, but if it does, if some weird glitch with Patreon, I just refund your cash, no harm, no foul. There's no danger in signing up now and or next month. So if you guys want to get there, you can either upgrade your subscription that you have now or just join when you want. I have it set at 20. If I fill that 20 and people are still knocking down the door, I can increase that. But I do want to create some exclusivity to these. And understanding I want to space out the perks. So if you really want to be immersed in the Friday night fights, get the jersey, get the tokens, get the card sleeves. If you want to support other ways, we got all kinds of ways to do that. There's the 2023 lineup. So if you want to be all FNF decked out, you can do that. Reminder that you're going to see the quality of our show tonight. I think you guys have seen it before, but we're always working on improving the quality. One thing we're working for right now is trying to save up for a PTZ camera. They're expensive. We do this basically for free, and you guys help us out, and we try to kick back as much as we can, including the fantastic Christmas special. And I thank Bryant again for the support and help there. We're 53% of the way there, and so we are at 1605 on our way to 3,000. And when we get there, we get there. I'm in no rush to get there. We'll get there. We'll add that to our repertoire. And hey, maybe someday you'll see us on the big show casting an event. And then you guys can see us. But if you want to see what we do, just come here each and every week. We try to get as many Fridays in as possible, and I think we do a pretty good job. In fact, this is episode 77, so we've done our fair share of Fridays hanging out with you. One of the things I want to do tonight,
So
brief.
How many do we have in total?
I think there's like 77 on there, and I think we just did like episode 148, I think, of the podcast. So yeah, and I had like 500 videos before that from the terrain studio. So I've been in front of my computer screen for a fair bit. So no wonder we don't have 100 people here. They've already seen me. They are tired of looking at my face. So what we're going to do at the end of tonight's show, just real briefly, we're going to jump in here for a recap. And if anybody wants to come in and give us some tips or tricks or the players or ask a question, we're going to start adding this in. Just a short segment. This is not come in and hang out with Ryan time, although Ryan is welcome. But this is not a place to come in and complain about the AMG rules updates. You could come in and say you can come in and say what you did like about the rules that were played in the game. So we're not trying to create an open forum to soapbox too much. But if you have something related to the game that you saw, or a question for the players, or a technique, or a tactic, or a tip, we'll do real quick segments. You guys can jump in and do that, and we'll try to make that a little bit of a regular show segment. We do that on the regular show, of course, and that's the great place to go and grandstand and give your information. I did want to give a brief shout out to the league. The league is now started. Our season 2, round 3 has now started, of which this is actually a league game. So I'm very excited for tonight's game. So we're going to keep it a little bit a little bit closer to the chest in terms of us helping the players. We'll certainly do some analysis. I'll probably do the color commentary tonight, and Bryant can give some of the critical stuff. Sorry, I will do the opposite. Bryant will do the color. I'll do the critical stuff here, but I won't be able to give away too many tactics or tricks, so I don't want to influence the game too much. I will be the judge for tonight, so if I got to get up and make any calls, I can do that. Bryant, want to get into the lists?
Sure, let's
Red,
go.
red or blue, your choice.
Let's go blue.
Okay, so Jace is going to be playing blue tonight. I'll read the list, and Brian can give the breakdown. Jace is only running 9-axe CIS 782 tonight. I have a particular, affiliation with this list. I like it a lot. It is 2 AA5s. One has Link Targeting Ray, Raiding Party Leader, Gonk, Backworld Medic, and the Quad. The second bus, very similar, only 1 point less. This trade out here is it's Frenzy Gunner to not Raiding Party, and it's Unorthodox Tactician versus the Backworld Medic. So 144, 143 on those. He has Triple Swoop, all with Comms Jammers. Seems to be a really good choice here, but I will assure you these lists were submitted in advance of ever even knowing the pods, so there's no way that Jace teched this list. There's 2 Pike Foot Soldiers naked as the day they were born, and then 2 Black Sun Enforcer units with Magnet Enforcers, Black Sun Vigos, targeting scopes, and frag grenades. My favorite way to run Black Suns. Man, did they ever take a hit going from 89 to 91 points. So that was definitely the nerf that they needed. I think they're okay at 91. All right, Bryant, what are you thinking about this list? Only 9-axe, my friend. 9-axe.
Yeah, I think 9-axe. It's going to be hard and fast. It's definitely, and unless he decides to hold things off and fly those swoop bikes around the back for a while, I think it's going to be straight up in there. Your Black Sun Enforcers, they just have a hell of a dice pool.
Yep.
Hell of a dice pool, and the pikes, they're just so hard to take down as well. I think for me, I'd be sitting the pikes in the background, doing objectives in the background, trying to stay alive. Where I'd be driving those. I can just about guarantee that he's going to have Black Suns sitting in each speeder truck, and he's going to be delivering a hard fast smash, and then mopping up. If it was me, I'd be mopping up with swoop bikes after after his A5s get in there with the Black Suns. But we'll see. I reckon he's going to be jumping in nice and hard.
Right. I also want to point out that I really love that I live rent-free in Justice's head, because he's making reference here to standing orders 3 turns in a row. That's a scar that he bears. When he played me, I standing orders him 3 turns in a row. I did tricks and circles, loops, little Evil Knievel stuff in the background with my bikes, and then all straight to the middle for the key position win over Obi. But yeah, I do like that he wears that scar. I take it as a badge of honor. So Pally pointing out only 3 turns. Yeah, I think I might have played a 3 pip in there somewhere. So here is the red player list. That's going to be Anthony tonight. He's running 10-act, 800 points on the nose. So Jace won out the bid barely by 18 points in this one. He's got a T-Series with Underworld connections, of course, because he needs it. Electro binoculars. He's got CAD all decked out with up-close and personal situational awareness, prepared supplies, gauntlets, and comms relay. He has Bosk with the scopes and the hunter. He has pikes not naked. He's got both the capo and the disruptor on them. He does have a naked B1. He's got a B1 with an EV medical droid. He's got 2 E5S B1s, and then he's got a Magna Rock in the RPS here. So comms jammers on the swoop bikes feel good in this particular matchup here. Big dice pools into relatively squishy white dice save units. Obviously, you got some ability for damage mitigation, but a Black Sun shot into a Bosk that doesn't save that well could be a one-shotted Bosk. In fact, I've one-shotted a cat even with with this particular shot. That is a scar that OS Dad Anthony in chat would also have wore. So seems that we have. I'm not really sure if this is like this weird like Stockholm syndrome stuff, where like all my like people that I've like harmed in life are also come out to hang out here. But it seems to be a little bit of that going on. So there's a flavor here tonight. So everyone's been hurt
I
bad by
see
the
what you
buses.
I see what you mean about the no bounties. I was questioning the no bounties before when you said no bounties, and now
Oh
I
yes, it's
realise
no
why
bounties. So
as
this,
well.
so maybe you
Yep.
don't know, Brian, but this league round, what I decided to do was, again, Justice complaining so much about Gar getting like hit hard, needs buffs, and so I said, well, here's the thing, Gar doesn't have the bounty keyword, so I gave all Gar players this
Ah,
league round
righto.
bounty, which it's the opposite of good for them, but yeah, but at least they got the bounty keyword, so that there's that. But there definitely is bounties on the table, but Anthony can't cash them in either. So Jace did
Nope.
the hard counter here and gave him no bounty
Yep.
targets, which is subsequently something I've done as well with the list. And one of the things I've taken to with the new meta, sorry, the new rules, is I've actually I run my list a little bit thinner than him on the bid side, and I've actually been running some capos in the pikes as well, just to make sure everything is
Yep.
courage 2 across the board. So I'm just not losing
Yes.
those actions in the back, right? Like a late game annihilation looms or something like that could end up
Yep.
costing you some actions if they're kind of back there hanging out. So yeah.
That's how I like to run the pikes as well with capos in them. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Anthony suggesting that there's a constant in my analysis here. So yeah, I'm not sure what it is. Like it must be Bryant. It's got to be. He's always in the future. That's consistent. But I'm looking forward to the matchup tonight. Like I said, big splashy dice pools from Jace real fast. But Cad can get up and muck things up. He can make a mess of things. The Pikes
Yep.
shot nothing to be scoffed at. And honestly, Black Suns just red dice saves with no surge, so they can. They can hold up, but they can also be killed with
Yep.
pretty much many of the dice pools that are in here. So, and then not to forget that Magna Guard can go in and probably mess up any unit on that side. So
It'll
it'll
be interesting to see
be
where he sits CAD too.
yeah, and I think the swoops are
Where
going to
CAD
have
pops
to
up.
do work. We'll have to see if the swoops can
Yep.
do work in here. So, yeah, looking forward to it. I'm not sure where the players are for deployment, but you guys are still working through it? Okay, well, while they're working through it, let's run through the table here tonight. Mostly painted Shadow Collective tonight here for Jace, which is actually all
Tricky
my
viewers.
models. They're yeah, they're all my models tonight. So, but ironically painted by a Jace, just not this one. So we do have that happening tonight. Before you guys ask, and before I forget to tell you, this is actually what we are playing tonight. Oops, that is not going to work for you. Boop, there we go. We are going to be playing a key position minefield, and we do have that major offense. I forgot to change the text on that, but the image is correct. We are going to be playing Danger Close there. So that'll be kind of a side view there. There's a far side cam there. Look at those sweet, sweet FNF tokens on the table. And then there we have a little bit of an action cam. But I'll jump back here as players are deploying here, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about kind of the terrain here. So we are using Imperial terrain on the table tonight, mixed in with a little bit of Gale Force 9. But the players have opted to run the buildings, I think, as I think the smaller ones and the one that's on the bottom of the screen are going to be true impassable, so no climbing up on top just due to the roof curvature. I think the other big flat ones are all going to be basically something that you can climb on top of. The players have decided they're going to run all the area terrain as difficult and I believe light cover. And what are the rocks going to play? Jace? What are the rocks going to play us tonight?
The rocks are obstacle, difficult, heavy.
Obstacle, difficult, heavy.
Which
Gotcha.
means they aren't area terrain, so it's actual 50%
Line of sight. Gotcha.
Of sight.
Okay, so actual silhouette.
Yeah.
Which basically means they're going to be heavy cover all the time.
Most
Yeah.
of the time, but if you're sitting right up on flat on top.
Yeah.
But they're not infinite height that
No.
you stand on down here.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Not mountains that aren't mountains.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
so
but
they
they're
will
hard to
be
follow.
non. Hey, Sean, checking in from Wisconsin. Yeah, so the hills I rather are going to just play as difficult obstacles, and they're going to be heavy cover, but they're going to measure actual obscurity. So if you're on it and you're basically your entire base is visible, you will not get the cover. Okay, well, that's what they're going to do. It's a little, I'm just going to see if I can up the brightness of that cam right there. It just depends on where the players are standing, whether they're directly in front of the light or not. And I'll go to action cam. So there we go. That'll give you a good shot. So we'll hang out here. And
Anthony's deploying, then I deploy my 3 bikes.
okay, so it looks like, and just for you guys at home, Jace will be on the side that he's on there, which will be, yeah, it'll be kind of opposite though. So Jace will be mostly onto the onto the right side of your screen. That will be all his command cards, etc. activations, but he is actually going to be on both sides of the table because of danger close. So it'll be all fun stuff. And there's the list once again. Again, Jace appearing on the right-hand side here.
Danger close is not really one of those ones that we see. I don't know about you, Sean, but in your area, but it's not really one of the ones we see very often in our neck of the woods.
Yeah, it's not something that I actually play a lot, to be perfectly honest either. I'm just going to see if I can switch this, see what happens when I mirror this one camera, see if it gives you a different... there we go. That'll probably be slightly better for me to keep track of, just visually on my end. So, so Jace will be again on the right-hand side. That's his short deployment edge there. So, I like it though with this particular list. Like I can see why Jace has that in the deck because it's something where you can honestly deploy your swoops on a flank without having to make flanking maneuvers. So they can already start basically on the flank and very short order. So assuming Jace has bombing run in his deck, a breakthrough, all of this very, very short distance stuff for this particular list is definitely something that you can do. So I run it in this list. I like any of the sort of short deployments, like meaning not really deep deployments, I like for this list because what I feel that does is it prevents your opponent from being able to create a very large ball. And so you're not running into all the guns. You can more like bite off an edge and you can work your way into your opponent's lines as opposed to running into something like a major offensive. I think you're running a gun line. Major offensive is like the money position. A long march also feels pretty good because you have a short frontage, but you're still able to congest. But something like a battle lines, major offensive, hemmed in to a certain extent if you flank out. Those are all really, really good ones. Rollout as well, because you can deploy on the back edge, but still gain that extra speed 1 out. So you kind of are a little bit closer than your opponent, and you're leading into their front edge. So those are all considerations I make when I'm looking at vehicle lists. But no surprise here with this. But I think a lot of armies don't really benefit from danger close. That don't have vehicles just because they don't really want to be on opposite sides. It's really going to hurt the command bubbles in some cases, specifically with the ability that if you're not running multiple commanders or anything like that. So it is one of the great missions, though. Deployments if you do have infiltrators. Because you can oftentimes find targets really close and still kind of be on a flank yourself. So if anyone strings anything else out, easy pickings for sure. No real good place to put the dice tray at this point, so I'll just chuck it down here. But
if I just get it within range 3.
Yeah. So chat, you guys are quiet, but I'd love to hear the predictions here. Bobster was coming in there. Chronic Canuck checking in from Alberta. Welcome. Bobster checking in. I also wanted to just make mention too, and I didn't even do a drop screen for it, but let me see if I can grab one real quick and throw it over here. But today's the last day to get the jerseys in, so if you are ordering a jersey, it's time. I did get more than I thought I was going to, actually. Let me throw that up on the screen real quick here. Sorry for the overlay on the overlay here, but that is the jerseys there. We're getting ready to place that order. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how these look when I get them, and I'll be rocking mine at Adepticon, provided they come in. I'm not subject to any special circumstance when it comes to shipping, so I'm subject to the mail like everybody else. So if they get there, which I think if we order them now, that gives us almost 2 months to get them, so it should be a reasonable time to get those in. But if you are interested, today's the day. So hit us up in. Sun Eater orders due. Sorry, order. Yeah, I did say Friday though. I was going to do the order, but I knew that that's what I put on the Tuesday show. But today's really the last day. So
Yeah, I'm really late. It's 28th here.
yeah, seriously, what's up with that? So yeah, let's go Anthony, because I've been run over by Jace's list before. Well, I mean, Anthony, in fairness, it's like its main mode is to run people over. So, you know, this isn't like it's not on a little milk run here. It's going to pull up and be like, Black Suns are going to step out and be like, no, we're just going to stand by. No, they're going to jump out and they're going to mow face. That's what Black Suns do here. Yeah. Let's not forget the Demoralize 5 that currently exists in this list as well. So I'll tell you one thing that Jace is not going to be doing. He's not going to be throwing in. He's not going to be throwing Demoralize tokens onto Cad Bane to give Anthony the old. Yeah, here you go. I don't want the suppression. That'll definitely be a tactic that we won't be seeing. But everyone else, all the suppression. Let me check in on players. How you guys doing? Oh, you guys are ready to go? Oh, okay. Jace is just about ready to go. So Jace is probably has 3 bikes held in reinforcements here. So obviously, one of the great things about those bikes is that no matter what act advantage or disadvantage you are at, you just get to throw bikes down last, which is great. Hey, look at our little crowd here. We got hitting on nearly 20 people, which is great. We know that there's other streams going on and big competitive events. But hey, we're playing the same Legion game as they are, and just as interesting. So,
oh, Jace nearly knocked over his first tree.
That was nearly a tree knocked over. Look how sharp those tokens are for. Like, there's no question about seeing what activation that is. That was the real key in the design. So, I was hoping that you guys be able to pick them up, and we can. So that's good. Jace, flip over one of those tokens so we can see the backside, would you? Yeah, just so we can. There we go. Cool. Got the shield on the back. Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, and if I'll just jump in there as they're waiting. So, if you guys were wondering about them, I think I had it on the screen here. Not that one, but that one. Yeah, so it is 4 commander, 4 operative, 8 core. 4 special forces, 4 support, and 2 heavy. Somebody said, I need to figure out a tier for my 4 heavy support. Well, there is. You can just hang out in there for multiple months, I guess, but I'm going to make 1 order, so you better make sure that you let me know so that I can order 2 sets. But yeah, so that's the tokens. This is actually, these are my 2 sets. So I have 4, but I hung out I've been a patron of myself for a while now. So that's how I got that special.
Just rub it in there.
Yeah, these are so heavy though. Like it's really, really heavy. So yeah, there's no question about the quality on these. These are like casino grade, so they're not like light, flimsy tokens at all. So you guys will not be disappointed with these chips. And the best part is you can get the my favorite part of when I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing is the old love the chip riffle. So yeah, love me.
Can you do the table thing with your hands?
Oh, flipping it around. I'm not gonna embarrass myself right here. So no, the only flipping I do is when I flip over an activation token. That's it. The occasional table flip on TTS, but don't judge me.
I was going to say the same. TTS table flip too.
Yeah, it's all good. All right, we're going to jump back to the overhead here because the boys are just about finished the deployment here. There goes Magnus. Did Anthony just not bother putting Magna Guard down? Or?
I almost forgot about him.
Oh, literally forgot about your best
like,
unit?
He's like, no, I got 10. And I'm like, well, I got reinforcements, so I'm going to put my bikes down after everything.
Yeah. I clearly think...
Did the boys not agree that the tops of roofs couldn't go on the tops of roofs?
I think they only agreed on did you guys revert back to? You can go on all the roofs now, or are we still using the 2 small ones as no?
You can't get on those two.
Yeah.
Oh, just those 2. Okay, so I guess they decided on the other ones are fine. So, yeah,
Yep.
Well, like
I'm
this one, only a single model could fit up there.
Yeah.
okay. Only single model. Okay, can you reach it from a speed one from the edge?
Yep.
If you're pretty much touching the building.
Okay, so you
Like,
guys agreed on that.
You
Awesome.
basically it's basically old.
So that
school
building
IQ.
right there, you can get onto the peak and
But
off of the
this
peak.
is higher than speed 1, so no one else can get up there but Cat.
Gotcha. So no melee
And
up there.
Cat can't even get up once he comes down.
Exactly.
Awesome. Okay.
Just
Um,
like up here.
Yeah. Same
There. Hey, we just added another patron for the token level, so congratulations. Bernard is now in there, so that is 6. Oh, hold on. I think we have. All right, we have 2 actually. Just Todd jumped in there too. All right, that's 7. All right, we might be halfway there before the end of the night. So, awesome, guys. That's fantastic. These guys clearly want the token. See, I knew putting the tokens on the screen tonight was going to be the key. You guys, they're cool in image. But even Anthony said they're like way better. I dropped him off at his house, and he's like, "Oh, thank you." And then later on, he messaged me. He's like, "These tokens are so cool." I was like a few hours later, he just sent me over a message. So, yeah, Bernard, Bryant. I think that droid ball is just looking really, really juicy for a bus to go sit on it and just reposition.
Yeah.
Sorry, what's
no,
that?
You don't run away when you panic.
Imagine
Now. You
that.
just stand where you are, flip your token,
And you're done.
do nothing.
If you panic a unit inside of a transport, do they get out of the transport and stop?
I think they would just
They
not
just- they
do
just-
anything because they
they do
don't
nothing,
they don't
flip their token,
they don't flip.
remove.
No.
Well, what if you immobilize them?
Then you can't get out.
If you mobilize them in the bus, how would you target them?
With CAD's 2-pit.
Does it need
Would-
line of sight?
I don't know.
That also relies on you getting a bunch of suppression first.
Well, you don't you want to kill CAD?
No, he doesn't want to kill CAD. No, he doesn't want to kill CAD. Brian, can you still hear me?
Yes, I can. Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, your microphone went real quiet there for a second. No, it was like sometimes I have a little
I
hum
was
in your
trying
end.
to listen into what Jace was saying.
Oh, no worries.
Trying
That's
to
all
be
good.
quiet.
Yeah, and sorry, guys, I have the table turned down to about 15. I can turn it up or down. I just want to make sure it's not overpowering, but I do want to have you guys be able to hear some at the table. So let me know if you guys can hear them, if it's too loud, or if it's too soft,
They just can't get out.
or just right.
Yep. No, we can hear along.
And then tell me how you like your porridge
hear
too.
along.
So just going along. All right.
All right.
I think players are just about ready.
Yeah, we're on
Okay.
the command cards.
They're on command cards.
Nice.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So CAD did divulge.
Yeah.
So that's before anybody asks me that.
I guess before I pick command cards, are you popping him?
Yeah,
I am.
You have to pop. He pops before command cards.
Okay, so I think Anthony is going to choose to pop CAD.
Oh my goodness! No freaking way!
All right, CAD is he is in the mix. He is in the mix. All right. All right, so we're gonna do turn 1 here. I'll let you take it back. Turn 1, and just want to thank some of the folks that help us out. Of course, Deep Cut Studios for the gaming mats features tonight and pretty much every single Friday night. So we want to thank them immensely. Go check them out, deepcutstudios.com. We also have some buildings from them too, so stay tuned for future episodes. You guys can see those. So, all right, let's get into the command cards, Bryant. Pretty exciting play here. I told you one of them already. And I think that's I make the rules now, so that's fine. And CAD, look at that, conveniently popped
Guessing
right
the other.
next to his card, which is great. And Jace has gone with the standing orders on his side. So
Standing orders.
yeah, so standing
Mention
orders,
both of them.
and I make the rules now. So let's pop that down there. There we go. I did. By the way, I had a request to put the command cards in order that they're played. I don't have that done, but what I'm gonna do for you guys tonight is I will try to remember to put them left to right. So I'll go 1 here, then 1 here, 1 there, 1 there. So I'll try to remember to move them up in place just because someone had asked me about that. But standing orders, if there's no card there, that'll be the signifier that it was a standing order. So, all right, activations are as follows: 9 and 10. We know all those things are still on the table, so we haven't lost any there. I think I have 1 token wrong because there should be a special forces at the bottom there. So that is 5 core, and then the six core and the special forces is missing down there, but I will attempt to fix that up for you. So Anthony's got 10, Jace has 9. Now we're going to go to overhead and figure out where the orders went down.
Now, would you have popped CAD straight up on round 1 right there?
Well,
Or would
that's
you
where
have
he
waited?
kind of has to go there, and I think the situation here is that I think without really much effort at all, the pikes would have just revealed him anyway.
Mm.
And so I think Anthony just wants to get him out there and get him like the ability to have some control, right? So he's got a bit of room to move around this building and kind of get off either side, but he's kind of pinched out, which is a little bit interesting. And is that a mind token right at the bottom there?
Right there. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Is that another CAD token as well?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So that could be a kablamo and a kablooey. So
Remind us all again
Okay.
what the
You're first.
objectives are.
Standing.
you bet. So what we have for this round is it's danger close, it's minefield for the condition, and key positions for the actual objective. So key positions, guys, can you point those out for the folks at home?
Key positions?
Yep.
Mine is this thing. His is this.
That base on.
Okay, all right. So those are really easy to see. Giant building, and building in middle.
And my only
Gotcha.
choice was this
Or
that.
this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, because of
Yeah.
danger, of danger close, right?
And then
It's
his other option, like this piece, is too close to the center.
yeah, danger
There's
close
literally
doesn't.
only-
Danger
he
close
literally
isn't
had 2 choices.
a
Neither
strange
this,
key
I'll do
positioned
more.
one.
Yeah.
It
This
really
one is
doesn't.
Perfect.
Definitely.
Okay. Well,
So
there you
this
go.
is, it's going to be
Are you going
interesting.
first with it?
Like I think that's a really good spot to have Cad Bane popping out. Either way, I think it's a
Wow.
it's a
Naked
good spot.
B1s.
But
I don't like. I think Jace can just turn quad guns on from both buses just on CAD to start here.
now,
Okay.
with the new rules,
that
can Cad Bane actually be there?
No fixed front on
With
those
the
things
new
either,
rules?
eh?
Because you can't deploy
No, the quad guns.
on an
on the
objective.
buses.
Only
He-
for fixed front.
Oh, that's
Next to an objective? Yeah.
yeah. That's
They're not fixed front.
point of fact here. Brian just raised a good point. Can CAD? So he can't start next to a condition token. Can he or an objective token? But can he be on an objective? Because the token itself signifies a piece of terrain. That's a really good question, Brian.
You can start on a piece of terrain.
You can't start on an
Is it
objective.
only
token.
an objective token?
Yeah, so I think it's
Maybe
just tokens, and the
Sean's-
token just signifies the terrain piece. So I
Is, like,
think he's
What key
okay.
position
It's-
actually say on the
I think it just
card?
marks a piece of terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think
Not
it's just
one that I've
objective token,
actually
but
looked
it's a good
into.
question to raise. So
Yeah,
Stan-
I think he's okay.
You
But
should
I
be
mean,
fine.
we'll find out in the rules form tomorrow.
yeah.
So we're gonna go.
LJ, help.
We're gonna go with that because like I said, I think the token just signifies the terrain, and the token itself occupies no location.
Yep.
And then
Is
Anthony,
Dave on my bombs?
what's the height of that building? Did you guys rule that?
This one?
Yeah,
That's height 2.
It's height
but
two.
he has
Yeah, it's height 2.
Jump 1.
He's jump 1.
he's got jump 1. Okay.
Jump, you can go down. Same as before, you can go down as far as you want, but you can only go up
Yep.
X height.
Up X height. Okay.
So he can jump down, but as soon as he jumps down,
He's
can't
stuck,
back
yeah.
up.
Down.
Well, that's how usually jumping off buildings works. So everyone can jump off. It's getting back up. That's a
I don't
little
know
bit more
about
difficult.
safely.
You not watch the least
Yeah,
spy
he-
movie ever?
That's
Yeah.
a skill.
That is a skill. That is a skill. Gravity works in this game. All
That's
right, so it
You're
looks
all
like
naked.
Anthony's going to slide up. Anthony, when you guys flip your tokens, can you roughly let me know what they are? Is that
Yeah,
your
he's going
E5?
with the core.
What's that?
Core.
Core E5S though, or
Yeah, E5S.
okay, okay.
He said
Yeah, I think this is it's going to be a good ploy with Cad Bane at the back. If Cad Bane can safely take out those 2 pikes in the back, he's going to force Anthony to come back with more units, where then he's going to be able to more comfortably sit on the middle objective and his objective, or because it's so stretched out.
Yeah, so unorthodox you roll when you activate, frenzy gunner before you shoot, gonk at the end of the turn. Yeah. And then unorthodox any paint, and then shields only blocks. And gonks only blocks. Yep. You bet. All right, Anthony is about to make a roll here.
Jace rolling for all the things.
Yeah, that was an E5 S shot coming in there. I'm going to leave you guys in the overhead. And again, let us know if you guys want the players turned up a little bit here. So good morning, Patrick. Patrick joining us as he typically does with his Saturday morning coffee. I know this.
Core?
Anthony Allen in chat saying rules say unclaimed objective token. So
okay.
Key
position tokens can't be
can't be claimed.
Can't be claimed. Yep, so that's perfect. That's
thanks
perfect.
For Anthony.
Yeah.
Nice.
I actually printed out the doc. I forgot. I should have brought it down so I have it next to me.
I'm not going to print it out until they actually sort themselves out.
So never. I think it's just like it'll be perpetually in an evolution. I just wanted to have a printed copy so I could go back and just reference it and then loosely reference it if I needed to go find something. And
memorabilia.
Yeah, no, I do like the tangibility of something, but I refuse to pay for something if it's going to be in a constant evolution. I don't mind paying the cost to use ink. So. All right, what'd you pull, Jace?
I pulled a core.
Okay. Speaking of which,
if I go with one of my pikes and move them.
Yep.
Or if I just put a black sun down in this bus.
I made fancy activation token counters. I've had these before, but notice the token now used at the end. I've replaced the original now with the current FFG or FNF tokens. So I replaced the FFG ones.
I'm gonna go.
Always moving up.
Yep, always in a constant state of evolution. Is somebody really rocking Legion Academy tokens tonight? Although I love Legion Academy tokens, also produced by us. I literally gave Jace his FNF tokens tonight.
However, it's a close transfer.
And he's using my army. He's using my army. This guy, hey, he's not in uniform. He's not using the right tokens. He literally clear cut 3 forests. Like I worked putting those trees out, and he just like literally decimated them. It's fantastic.
Kid just doesn't want to listen to the adults.
Fantastic, exactly. Listen, there's a lot on the line tonight. This is a league game. This is for upwards of 3 league points. And Jace could literally double his league total right tonight.
Almost doubles my point total, boys.
Yeah.
Actually, to be fair, no matter what happens after this game, I'm ahead of Ryan.
That is accurate. You will be ahead of Ryan.
In this round.
Yeah.
So.
And let's just remember, at the end of the day, everyone is ahead of Bryant. So let's just remember that.
Wow, I got a point somewhere. I played a game.
Yeah, I think in season 1, my friend. We have now migrated to season 2.
I played one game in season 1 and let 2 other people down. I put someone else, because I couldn't make a game, I put someone else out of into relegation. So,
wow.
Yeah,
wow.
So that was my choice of, you know what, I'm not letting other people down. I'm just going to drop out.
Well,
can't promise games, unfortunately.
I did see Justice in chat here said that him and Pally played a game, both using Legion Academy tokens. That's good. Justice has jumped up, so he will be playing a future game with some FNF tokens, and perhaps should be rubbing in the face of Pally, who I currently do not see on the list of people going to be rocking the FNF tokens. So. Patrick says it's 3:33, so maybe not the morning coffee yet, but it certainly is morning in Belgium. So,
I don't know what this giant size thing is, but that's
all right, what's Anthony going with here, or what's Jace going with here?
Yeah, Anthony went with his medic squad and just.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, so Anthony moved up the EV medical squad there. All right, so we got a core pull here. I'll show you what the token could have looked like had Jace been using these.
I'll go with.
Patrick being 3:33, did you get up to specifically watch Friday Night Fights, or are you usually up at this time?
Oh, he definitely got up to watch us. I'm gonna go with that. No question about it.
Go this way to stay out of the line of sight of the minefield.
Up the
Wondering
brightness
why
Either
a
way,
little
just
bit.
tell us you've got
I was going there. I was like, hold on a
Friday
minute.
night
There's
fights.
2 bombs over there.
Makes feel good.
Yeah, just gotta turn the brightness up a little bit on that.
Okay,
This mat's a little
here we
dark,
go.
so it plays a little bit with the gamma. So I'm gonna just brighten that up a bit. Hopefully that looks good on your screen. Looks okay on mine. So looks better on the table.
What would you like to do?
So yeah, that's probably a Kablamo and a Kablooey tokens if I was a predicting man there.
I mean, I
So
doubt the Kablamo's here.
let's keep in
Oh,
mind
nice.
that CAD would set that token off. So I mean, I've been playing some league games at 3:33 in the morning, and just to point this out, that I think Pally has been starting games at 3:33. So we got a lot of early risers and late comers here in the FNF world. YouTube looks a little brighter with the gamma as well compared to eCam. Is it too bright on there, Bryant?
No.
Okay.
That's all good.
Oh, it looks. Oh, sorry. It looks a little brighter
Just
on.
looking at the headset, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Good.
What's the hike doing?
Yeah. And my TV. So I have it. Like I have to look. So like what I see in versus what I see on the 5K monitor versus what I see on the TV. Everything's always a little bit different. So sometimes when the players sort of cut in front of the light, it changes it a bit. But I think we do all right. Yeah, we're definitely a night. I'm definitely a night owl. I hardly sleep at all, to be honest.
Yep.
That's how I get all the stuff done. I'm up last night. I was up late building all the FNF stuff. I came home and today I was like, came home, finished up semester 1, so it's like busy. Like everybody's trying to get report card marks in, et cetera, et cetera. But I worked late last night. I like came home and I like wasn't rushing. I set the table up. Just like a nice leisurely pace. Got some supper in tonight. Like it was a nice paced Friday for me. So, oh sweet, Patrick did wake up for us. That is fantastic. That's loyalty and dedication that you can't put a value on right there. We're bringing the top of Anthony's head in HD right there. So. I almost went to a overly bright hair joke for you there, Brian, but I resisted just for you. So let me just turn down the brightness on Brian's on Brian's skull there for you guys. I'm just messing with the gamma rays over here.
I've been watching some how-to YouTube videos and how to get some better scenery and better backgrounds and stuff like that.
Yep.
I just thought, I just really don't know how to affect the shine without makeup, you know. So
Right.
just go with it.
Sun Eater suggesting that someone needs to show up in a suit to show Jace up. We got to make Jace look underdressed here. So. It's casual Fridays. Yeah.
He's just trying to look like one of the adults, where all the adults are like, nah, we're just casual.
Okay, listen, I am an administrator and I rock casual Fridays, and this is my casual administrative gear right here. So, yeah, my admin assistant always jokes around.
I dressed down so I could put my F&F shirt on.
Hey, that jersey right there brings up the class of any occasion. Let's just be real clear here. Let's just be real clear about that. If you're just joining us late, welcome. Here's the list. Guys are rocking here tonight. So we got Anthony playing some CIS, and Jace is rocking some Shadow Collective over here. Just early here in the game state, so not a lot of action just yet. Full activations still on either side, 10 and 9 respectively. Anthony has revealed CAD's card here with round 1, and Jace went with some standing orders. A little bit of jockeying for position here. I think Jace is just taking up position around the bottom of the building that CAD's occupying right now, and no movement by the buses or the bikes at this point.
Yeah, I pulled a bike right now.
He's pulling a bike
So,
and going with it. All right, so that's what that's going to look like.
I think he's going to have to pull 3 units back just to hold that back objective from CAD.
Yeah, it's just going to depend on well, dice. I feel CAD is very dice dependent, and I feel like he more often than not seems to just clutch out. Like he's
I'll go with this unit.
not for me. Not for me. I haven't had great experience running him, and I don't know if it's just like being overly aggressive with him or trying to be overly reliant on the dice. But and based on my experience, he always seems to do well with them. So, but we'll see here. So, Jace not quite able to make range 2 here.
Nope. I'm gonna have to double move. Yep, which is fine.
And this is the other thing that that it might be good in doing by having him up there is also that he's going to force Jace to come back and maybe waste it, or not waste, but maybe affect a round of positioning or with units to take Cat out, so he doesn't drop those 2
Red
pipes.
black.
Yeah, it's a red black each. Yep.
Which is good.
Okay.
Down to 2.
Oh.
Yeah, if that is down to 2, but you always want to get 2 through if you're going to throw 4 into heavy cover.
Blocks 1, takes 1.
Cad will take 1 there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about danger sense. I shouldn't have really given him that suppression, but oh well.
I thank you for it.
It's okay.
Hey, you know what, Sean? I was listening. I was playing a game just last night. Was it last night? I played a lot of Legion lately. Last night, and a guy was running B2s, and it got me thinking like B2s at the hot, and I was like, spamming B2s.
I want to run 6 B2s.
Blast weapons, you know, taking a tank in there, like all the things that really just say like dodge and cover don't apply. Even if it's a low AC list, I think there's some merit there. So I can't say for sure the B2 stock will go up, but I think that anything with blast and anything that's going to ignore the ability to spend dodge tokens, and not only that, and suppressive weapons, I think those 3 sort of offensive outputs are going to be seen a lot more.
Sounds good.
Definitely. I had a list with playing Echo Base using the FD cannons with the barrage generators, and the suppression at the end was just being able to suppress units at the end, whittling down a couple of he was down a couple of units, so I had activations and being able to use my FD cannons with suppression at the end, just sort of lost him a couple of more units with panic. So suppression definitely. If you've got blast, you've got then you're starting to get an advantage as well.
Right.
If you're in cover and you've got something that's got blast, then you're getting one over on your opponent little bit by little bit.
Yeah. Hey, for the folks at home that are watching kind of on YouTube, let me know what the quality's looking like on your end. Looks okay on mine. I just want to make sure there's a new version of Ecamm, and there was a bunch of new things. I just want to make sure that I have my settings just right, that it's looking like sharp on your side. All right, awesome.
And Sun Eater, yes, Mandalorians are that underwhelming in comparison to their sidekicks.
And let us know if you guys are hearing the players at the table. I'm going to turn them up just a notch here. They're not chatting right now, but when they are talking, so.
Anthony's trying to figure out where to move Bane.
Is that a proxy for Bane to stand there?
Yeah, I was just checking silhouette.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Cool.
The silhouette won't stand there where the model
Can I turn up the Aussies audio? I probably can a little bit.
I don't know if we want the
I don't know
Aussies
if it's
audio
going to
turned
turn up
up
the
anymore.
rumble a little bit here, but let me just turn him up a little bit. There
Are
we
you
go.
gonna go with Bane?
Yeah, I gotta go with
Yeah.
Bane.
Choosing not to rally.
Oh,
That was mine. Anthony's mine. All right.
Jumping down.
I find sometimes people say oh, the interview's too high and you're too low, and it's like you're experiencing the opposite. So I think sometimes I'm not suggesting that it's on your end, but I think sometimes it might be. I don't usually mess with the levels too much, but I'll make sure I'm sharp to the mic here.
It is probably on my end.
That's okay, because when we started the cast, Brian didn't even have his headset on, and I literally couldn't hear him saying anything. So, trying to suggest it was my end again.
Open, I guess, because he's got
Yeah, open because of
Listen, I run a mediocre operation here, but it's not beginner level. It's one notch above.
the middle two there.
The good old, you got to press the power button for things to work.
Yeah, that works. If that doesn't work, pour water on it. That's always my go-to.
Alright,
So this
I'll
looks like
dodge
a... All right,
I'll
Cad
dodge
jumped
one
down. It
speed
looks like he
push.
shot into...
The middle unit of bikes.
So Bryant's low. All right, we'll try to get him up a little bit higher, but...
Move into melee there. Cool.
Muted mic. Oh, yeah, for sure. Like every Zoom meeting, somebody's always good for a good mute chat. So
Speed 1 out of here, right?
Stan says we're average. You know, we only aim for that, Stan. So how many pikes gone there?
He shot the bikes.
Oh, bikes.
He shot the speeder bike, so got 2 hits, spent a dodge,
Yep,
pierced
and
the other one,
gotcha.
and I've taken 8.
So 1 wound.
That's where you're going?
All right, so Cad is tucked there now into combat with the pikes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that was probably a good move there by Anthony, getting tucked in.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to move the pikes, but I kept pulling troopers.
Yeah, the thing is, yeah, he's gonna be protected, but not doing a lot. I mean,
No,
to
they
take
aren't.
to take a Cad attack and only eat 1 damage is probably okay there too. You traded up 1 wound for 1 wound, so. All right, Jace going to the bag. Looks
Another
like he
bike.
pulled another bike there. There we go. Second bike to go. So let me know if you guys hear any mic rumble coming through on Brian's end. I hear a little bit, but I don't know if you guys actually pick that up or not. So just let me hear. It's very, very subtle on my end. So as long as you guys don't hear it on I'm going to turn them up. I just want to make sure it doesn't get too loud on your end. Overrun maybe, but there's not a lot of units that have overrun. Like I think overrun is still great. Attacking into melee is like an underrated value on the overrun for sure. Because things like Jace, things like Anthony has set up right here, this doesn't actually stop an overrun attack. So that's one of the really key factors of that. Now he's positioning wise, I'm not sure, but like in the actual game. Being able to like overrun, like fluttercrafts are really good for that, but being tucked into a height 2 building and fluttercraft bases sometimes are a little bit preventative, but you only need to just skirt over. You only need to just skirt over the miniature to make that actually happen. So.
The overrun red 2 white.
1 red, 2 white.
Yeah, 1 red, 2 white is the overrun.
And it just surges to hit.
A lot of people also not realizing, and for a while, a while ago, but for a while, not realizing that myself that they actually get 2 overrun attacks. But one of the most common misconceptions is that you pool the dice together, which is pretty natural with it's pretty intuitive in most of the units that you double that up, but in the overrun attack you do not. So you get 2 overrun attacks, but it's still with a single dice pool. So, yeah, Sean, I don't think that swoops are overcosted at all. To be perfectly honest, I mean it's a matter of perspective. I'm not arguing with your point. That's your point of view on them. But I don't think that they're overcosted at all. I think they're really, really good value. I don't run them with any upgrades. A lot of people will run emergency transponders. Some people, Jace is running them with comms jammers. But I really do like them at 70 points for what they bring to the table, and the ability to be so disruptive with them in terms of breaking up lines, hitting KPs. Overrun attacks to say the least, and obviously with the demoralized there's a lot of inherent value baked into 70 points, so they're very synergistic. Like you do need to take obviously a raiding party bus is one of the key procs to what they can do, but it's a fantastic unit, and when that's all packaged together with a 144 point bus, I still think you're getting good value there. So that'll be 2 going into CAD here.
Right, overrun doesn't give
Only
suppression.
the Wookiee one does.
Only the Wookiee one does.
Doesn't
right,
cut,
the Wookiee
no
one's
suppression,
suppressed.
but it is not a ranged attack either, so you don't get any.
Yeah, but he's in combat, so I can't ranged attack him as well.
Yeah, you don't get any cover from this, so.
Okay, well, yeah, because if I don't give you up to 4, then.
Yeah, so players just figuring out that it doesn't actually cause a suppression because it is not a ranged attack
Spending
here.
your dodge?
But there is no
Dodge
cover,
1,
Okay.
so.
Yep.
4 dice to 1.
But he is going to be able to spend the dodge, and then I think he's going to roll one with a danger sense of 2.
Yep.
3, I
Danger
guess.
sense of 3.
3, yeah. So I see the 3 one.
Oh, look,
All right.
he blocked
So he
it.
does
Woo.
block that, but
Lucky
that's
he had
what.
that extra dice in there.
But as you were saying, you know, bringing some people back on the back pressure. Cad,
Your go.
I don't think Jace is in a bad position in the sense that the KP is still in the middle, so you really only need to win 2 of the points. Bus is being near the middle and can get there very, very fast. Black Sun's jumping out to really stop anybody from coming up in the middle, and then having a bunch of stuff buzzing around that back KP. Obviously, every one of the vehicles procs as a scoring unit in this particular mission, which is particularly great for buses. Buses could also, in a way, just go V park on the other side of that that center building. You know, touch noses together and really prevent a lot of models from being able to touch that center KP. So, yeah, just go T-bone the center objective and make it difficult for Anthony to get bodies through without killing the buses. I mean, that would be my tactic, but first I would do nothing for 5 turns. But
Yeah. That's what I'm kind of doing. I'm kind of just toilet bowl on my half of the table.
I'm a boring Legion player, but I'm quite the opposite. I feel with like Blizzard Force. I'm a little bit more reserved with my Vader play, but I think Blizzard Force is like it just plays a little different. So I am a bit more aggressive with it. But this list here, I just feel I like to be a little bit more cagey. So a little bit more scalpel. Blizzard Force seems a bit more hammer, even though they have similar units. So. Looks like he,
Especially with Vader and the climb rules now is quite interesting.
Yeah, it just depends on whether a piece of terrain is labeled as impassable or not. Because that's why I run burst on him, just so he can get around a little bit faster. But yeah, Anthony, that was what squad you go to? Naked there?
I went with the
T-Series.
Oh, T-Series. Okay, gotcha. Sorry, I flipped up core. That was actually command that he went there. So I think he went with looks like he went with a spotter and a bolster, or
Yep, spotter and a move.
spotter and a move. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you can hide from Vader. It's just more difficult.
Can't
But
anymore.
Yeah.
but for
You used to be able to hide from Vader up here.
you mean on buildings? Gotcha. Yeah,
Not
I
anymore.
think the only way to really hide from Vader now is to force him out into bad positions. Yep. I had my tactical grappling hooks to run before, yeah. I played supply drop seemingly almost every single mission lately, and I had my Vader with both back to capsules, which felt really good. Just like walking around healing himself up. So yeah, real good.
Pressing buttons on his suit, using the med
Exactly.
packs in his suit.
Yeah. All right, there's Jace, just a little bit of
Single move.
shim-shammy up there. Again, avoiding the kablamo and the kablooey there. So
There's too many bombs over there. Too many explosives.
eventually it should go off. So
Stat.
Swoops just get to ignore them.
swoops get to ignore them. Yep. And so
So do
I
hovers.
believe the buses are repulsors as well.
Yep.
So
They're
Yep.
repulsors
also
with
just ignoring them. So not the black suns that get out of the inside though.
Yeah, the Black Suns and the Pikes are my only things that actually care about them.
Yeah.
Which is less than half my army. Which is why I take mine.
But if you are going to go in, having a dodge token on the way in is pretty good. So
Yeah.
yeah, Anthony's got to negotiate his way around a bomb there as well.
Yep.
Looks like he's just gonna skirt up and around it. Let me see if we can get a shot on Anthony's side there. So that's what Anthony's dealing with right
I'm
now.
one of those players that would just take a unit of B1s straight into that bomb and hope it went off, and to take out 1 or 2 B1s,
Right.
and then everything else past it's safe.
Yeah, that
just
seems good.
That's my crazy play.
All right,
I
so
like to
this
live on the edge.
yeah, so this tactical minute has been brought to you by Bryant. Well, that might work in the future. It doesn't work in right now, Legion. So he's already days ahead. There's already 3 rules forum references that we don't even know about at this point that have suddenly made Bryant's
it.
tactics good. So
That's it. I remember bringing a
That's my
I think
favorite.
it was an ATRT actually, and
Only so
3
much
rounds of
feel
minefield not going off, got out of range. Someone else walked past it, went off, double shot. Thank you.
I actually on the buses going here on the topic of that. I wonder how many rules
Tactician?
entries questions will be had after LVO,
I can
and
give an
how many.
example,
Like
Yes.
I
but it's
feel like
basically
we're
do
gonna
one
just
thing
get like
themselves.
this like fire hose
Just for
of
example,
clarifications and
Yes.
or
one that
questions. You know,
already did nothing and
Yep.
one to himself.
Like we were
but I'll
saying
give one here.
earlier on,
Why not?
pre-chat. Can you just imagine? I just feel for all the
Nothing.
LVO TOs.
Okay.
Um,
right?
just have a moment for all those LVO TOs that are getting question after question after question of new rules, and then going, oh no, hang on, I've got to check the rules, and oh yep, I've also got to check the forums, the 15
Put it
pages
at
of
launch, or I
forum
could just double
questions
move.
that may answer that question because it's not
But I
100%
don't
clear. It's
like either of those
it's
options.
Yeah.
gonna be crazy.
Yeah, so I think we can all gain some benefit. Certainly, players at LVO, and then us indirectly, post LVO for the clarifications that are going to be had. So, they are probably getting their steps in. I'm hoping, for clarity's sake, that we get some clear judgments. But I also kind of feel like, I mean, I can give this cautionary tale. If you get a different ruling at LVO from a judge who's on the spot trying to decide, and it later gets
Yep.
ruled to be slightly different, I just hope that there's not like this outpouring of
That's tough, Anthony. I really
deceit,
hope you
because
Yeah.
pull the ones
like
with the stack you
that
pulled
is
with
that
Magnifier.
in the moment is what every judge call is in any situation. You all make
Exactly.
decision about something, and it could be found out later, but it's what you had in the moment. You made the best decision you could,
Yep.
and
The
the
information that you
intent
had on hand.
So what
exactly,
has
and
to
the
be in
intent
the
would be to make a
C3 is
ruling
any
at
part
that
of my
moment,
silhouette.
not to
Has to be on the
purposely
C,
mess
so which is
anyone
my
up, and certainly
vehicle
not knowing that it
minus
might change in the
bogies and
future,
bomb.
and it may go in your
Yep.
benefit and it may not. But
No, I said
Yep.
I just
minus.
hope that we don't have like
Minus
this massive
bogies
amount.
and
Well,
bomb.
at LVO it was this, because that will
So in
only
my
serve to
3-week position,
convolute the rulings and
And
judgments.
it's
So
actually, it's the,
Yep.
your
Yep.
silhouette is the,
no, I and Sean,
Yep.
I was not
base.
suggesting for a one
So
moment
the
you were. I
model
was
itself
just sort
doesn't
of
even
speaking
matter.
is that
in
still
generalities
for
that
Yeah,
we've
you
all
get-
even
probably
for
been in a
repulsors? Even
situation
for
where
repulsors?
something was ruled
Sick.
you get
not
your-
in our favor to be
your
found out
silhouette.
later, and it,
So
like I
the
said, it doesn't do
5-year
much good
5-year bus
to
doesn't
go
count.
back and to land base the
So it
person
has to
making
be
the judgment.
Yeah, 100%. All love in the world for TOs. They put their time and effort in, and put their
Yep.
name on the line
So
for
close.
just to so
Close,
everyone
Anthony.
else playing can have fun when they're not.
Yep.
So I think people don't understand enough. There's those times where people just don't remember. They like to
Mhm.
bag judges or badmouth judges on a whim because they got something that they got a call they didn't like, or they didn't agree with someone, where these guys are putting their time and effort into making sure you guys can have fun, and you guys and players are enjoying themselves. Yeah. So all the time in the world for judges and TOs.
And then we further annoying. Can you rotate it so that if I was looking at that TV screen, I could read that your turn? Opposite. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, if you were looking at it?
Yeah, if I look at the TV screen, so.
That?
Can you see
Jace
it?
doing some posturing. Yeah.
Isn't this his original
In that
bus?
space there, has he got enough room
Oh,
to
but it's near.
pivot
You're
around
good,
if he
you're good,
wants to,
you're good, you're good. I have
or
it
is he going to have
streamed,
a hard
that's why it
time?
keeps
Is he
looking
going to have to
weird too.
move and then
It's weird on mine.
pivot back?
Yeah, he couldn't get range off the first move,
That I could.
so he's just coming around the corner now. I think he's just trying to judge which distance to be at here. So
Yep.
those buses look pretty sharp. Jace did a good
I hate them.
big Jace did a good job.
I hate them.
You hate them? Okay, fair enough.
Terrible.
So I said they looked good.
They look terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, they look terrible. All right, Anthony's just completely gone into the salt mines here.
He hates them.
Yeah.
We'll move to double move to there.
You can use two good Gollum line. One hates them,
Nice.
and then one. Well, they were nice.
That's-
Just
if he
FYI,
can't
those-
take trees down, he might just might as
Yeah.
well.
that guy sits on the top there,
Like,
Jace.
where was he coming from? There he is.
Oh,
The bomb was.
Yeah, they have. So I modeled them up to be basically cross used between my my sort of desert themed
Hey, here you go, Anthony.
rebels, my sort of my hodgepodge rebels, kind of thrown together legion, and so we have a couple of Wookiees, one bowcaster mounted on top, and the other guy's chucking bombs off the top, and then the other one, which you guys will see on camera when it gets a little bit more out there. Maybe I can grab the close side cam. There you go. It's the Griswold Stew family vacation. It's just loaded with every piece of kit, luggage, scrap I could find. And I also have a dewback that actually is that is supposed to link up and tied as it tows behind the bus and the dewback. And the dewback has a dead body thrown over the back of it with a tarp on it. So my own sort of bounty form. So let the bus. Justice says that you should let the bus hate flow through you, Anthony.
It is.
Is that modeling to your advantage though?
I don't think so because I still have clear access to the hull. In fact, you can actually take that. I think that's the one that the roof pulls off of. Maybe that one doesn't,
Okay.
but either way,
Just get Jace to move it. It'll
Yeah.
be right.
Yeah,
It'll
exactly.
be fine. It'll come off.
Yeah. I mean, if I can just model my ATST standing on its tippy toes, I feel like I could throw some luggage on top there. So. Yeah, put a. Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. That'll work. All right,
Big
Anthony.
ears, coffee, and short.
Anthony pulled. Did you go with that core back there?
I'm going to.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going with a face-up core.
All right, so they are using difficult terrain. Remember for the woods here, so light
For the
cover difficult.
rules.
So
The weird stuff.
Anthony's gonna try to move out of these the bush here. Jace eyeballing up the
He's just gonna do a shield.
shot.
I'm gonna move shield.
Is he a good shot of that Legion terrain out there? I want to thank them very much for the donation, of course.
I have armor.
Boys are playing at a leisurely pace here tonight. It's fairly slow first turn.
Yeah,
A lot
I'll
of
spend the
jockeying
shield.
here, so.
It's meant to shield.
It's
All right.
really clean and crisp terrain too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really quite nice. Yeah, it lends well with either you can go with this, you can go on a cobblestone, it really plays well in several biomes. So, yep, and that's exactly how the pre-paints come. So again, we usually show you guys everything as it
Really?
comes before we ever do anything to it. But with most of the terrain that's come lately, we just have been able to unbox it and put it straight on the table, which is great. So. All right, Anthony shifting up another unit. I'm not sure if that's naked one or not. Naked?
No, that was the.
That was the one that
sniper
shot.
They took off his shield.
Took
Oh, E5. That was the E5 S. Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Shooting.
fair enough. All right, we have
Last
the
unit of
last
bikes.
of the bikes here. So I don't know if these guys will have the ability to do an overrun attack. I think they're further over. Have to see here. They very well may. They are gonna have to pivot first. There goes a tree down. Jeff saying that he has just received the Separatist Invasion Force box and started working on it this week. Fantastic.
Nice.
Nice. Bryant, I think that one was that one coming.
I believe that one was from Phoenix Games.
Okay, well there you go. Shout out to Phoenix Games. Shout out to Jeff. Shout out to FNF. Yeah, if you guys weren't here for the Christmas special, we gave away a lot of stuff. It was a good show. always enjoy that. So that was our second annual. So we could probably make a trifecta this year. So and go even bigger. I mean, at a certain point, they're probably almost going to need to be 2-day events, maybe like more of like a telethon kind of thing. So like shifts. Like I think if it gets any longer, I'm going to have to get a second host to come in and start spell me off for a bit. So. All right, looks like Jace is going to try to opt for getting in some shots here. Doing a little trigonometry here, just triangulating. I think it looks like he can make that run.
Make it. It's just, do I want to?
Yeah, I mean, calm down there, Jeff. You don't want to let that go to Brian's head too much there. Amazing might be a little strong. Let's take about 20%. He's an okay guy. Like, yeah. He's like, I still got to deal with this guy for another 2 hours here at least. So let's just not blow him up too much now. I mean, there we go. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate that. We got an appropriate term here on Friday Night Fights. He's average, so.
Average, yes. Average.
No more, no less.
I'll take a Friday Night Fights average call.
Yeah,
though. That's
exactly. Yeah. All right, Jace got the double move, probably a double move shot coming up here. He does have range 2 guns on it. One of the disadvantages maybe of the swoops, I mean, they got to have some limitations. They certainly don't have that. They're not great at triggering, like plinking off standbys or anything like that. So which makes the approach a little tricky in terms of getting in the overruns. Like you can run into big standby pools. So I feel like you kind of have to go defensively in with them, like really token them up, go in, make that initial plunge, eat what damage you need to, and hoping that it's not a lot of standbys. That's why I kind of go with them a bit, kind of more of a mid-range, where Jace pulled them or has pulled them here is great, because you do have the buses that can sort of move up and plink standbys off. And then, like I said, when you token them up going in, if you take the independent dodge, and then the next turn you start off with the demoralize, the quick move, the shot, the overrun, the compulsory, you can really get in and start mucking them up. Your opponent has to react to that as opposed to setting up standby traps, which do no good because they're already there. So they want to shoot them, which then subsequently opens the door for the next, the 2 and 3 and wave 4 as you bring everything in. That's how this list really works. It's really more about a rolling wave. And it has a little bit of a window, specific window of timing that takes a little bit of finesse to figure out. But when you have it, I feel like you got really good synergistic activations that really play off each other nicely. Looks like I had a core pull there for Anthony.
Last unit of pikes.
All right, last unit of pikes. I think he still has Magna Guard to go and maybe Bosk. Yeah. Slide this out of the way here now because I think we got some action happening down here.
Yeah, it's just that Anthony's got tucked in down the back behind there.
Right where he's measuring from now.
Yeah, down around that building.
What I can see from there is I got a Magna Guard. I don't have the cam right in that corner, so let me just jump up here see if I can. So that is Bosk, roughly where he's measuring from right now. So just off camera, but right where that is, that's where Bosk is.
Bosk is just back a little from there, so that
yeah. Bryant was just asking what unit that was, so yeah. So Bosk is in and around where Anthony's hand is right now. So. I don't know, Sean. I don't know if I don't want to give you a generic statement that short board edge always, just because I really feel like you need to control the range band of the shots that potentially can come back at your swoops. So to be honest, I usually delay quite a bit with them and leave a lot of distance. The only time I'm going to maybe rush them in and get a mix is if I'm going to go a limb viz. Where I can get in, hit, and then maybe get back out. But short board edge, to me, maybe invites your opponent getting a little bit more range on your swoops than you want. I would say that not necessarily going short board edge. Now with buses now being line of sight blockers, it's an entire game changer as to the approach vector that you can take with them. Lining them up behind the buses seems good. Turning the buses sideways, blocking off avenues with reposition, all feels really good at ways to advance your swoops. Let's also not forget that you can effectively crash them into things they can't fly over. And currently, as the rules are written and the clarification in the rules forum that I could find, it says that you must attempt as best you can to complete the compulsory, but nothing that says that you have requirements to make pivots or use actions that will facilitate that. So if I say I'm going to go with my bike and say I'm compulsorying, oh, I can't move, and no matter where I put the template, that is to me an attempt at doing that. So there is a way for you to stuff up them, and then I can go to a pivot move after that, or basically just sit there and go, all right, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to just take a dodge and do really nothing with them and have them in great position to strike late. So I think the new rules, and I haven't played this list in the new rules, there's a lot of things that I've been theory crafting as to how to change up what it used to do. And to be honest, I think the list just got better with the changes. I don't think there's anything that hurts it, with the exception of the destroyed vehicle then costing you an activation for the unit inside. But I think you should be able to play around that, and when you want to bring buses in and offload, I think you can do that. There's very few times where you're going to bring a bus in, get it killed within a single activation, that you then can't pull your Black Suns out unless the bus is already at a point where it's damaged. There's nothing that's going to bring you from full to dead. Really, Black Suns in the rear might be one of the things that could do that, with the way they hit, but that's a pretty tall task. So yeah. Good evening, J Rod. I see you in chat there.
I'm thinking about it.
Jeff, I'm okay with them, to be honest. I feel like
50-50 question, isn't it?
yeah, I like it. I mean, okay, like probably erring on the side of like they'll be fine. Will I love all of them? No, but I don't love all the rules now either. Is there a couple wonky ones? Yes. Is there a couple old rules that were wonky? More corner case wonky. Maybe not necessarily as I think we're going to complain about cover just to complain about cover. We're never going to please everybody all the time, but I feel they're a fixed point at this point. They are what they are, and so I can live within the parameters, and I can play the game and still like Legion. So, long answer to say, yeah, they're okay.
Yeah, I'm 50-50 with some of the rules. I like some of the changes. I like some of the adaptations. I don't like some of the others, but they're still playable. They're not. I don't think anything's just ridiculously broken, or I haven't come up against anything ridiculously broken yet. Some of them are don't make sense. I think the issue that I have with some of them is the way they've been written. It boggles my mind how some of the wording has come about with the experience that should be there.
Hotshot has the Hotshot Wookiees on it. No, sir.
All right, so that was Jace's shot. I think he netted 3 damage there into heavy cover. 1 failed save, 1 dead. B1. Sorry, Sun Eater. I'm not. I see the Discord question. Are you asking about the Discord link? Is that what you're asking for? If I'm not tracking that correctly or not, just let me know. And if you are asking for the Discord invite, I can do that.
Yes, please.
Let me just grab that. I think I'm one of the only people who can post links in the chat for obvious reasons.
Me, you, and Michael.
Yeah, Jeff. I don't think it's broken the game. I think the game is well and truly playable. It's us getting used to rules that we're so used to for years. and adapting, and then getting used to the new rule sets and the new way to play with some of the rules that we may not agree with.
Ooh,
I think the writing. Oh, that's a
good shot by
that's a
Boss there.
decent
Three,
roll there. Yeah.
yeah, three
Actually, that
crits.
one will be cover.
Yeah, but so
Three crits
Three
into swoop.
Yeah, swoops.
Need a swoop save here. Does make one.
Does, but he pierces it.
Had a wound on one already.
I know,
Oh,
pierce.
Loses.
Oh yeah, the pierce. Yeah,
Pierce
the
for
pierce.
Boss.
Yeah,
Which is fine.
yeah. I mean that's
I'd
That's
rather him shoot that than my buses.
yeah, that's a boss shot. I mean that's if you're gonna hit for 3, you probably want to do 3 damage with it. So, and that's the leading swoop there. So I think that's just more of a probe for sure. So, do you guys think we'll see a Ventress article this coming week? I mean, maybe.
Ooh, I think we're still a little bit far out for Ventress. I think we're going to see a Ventress article come out
Do I wanna?
probably
Do I wanna?
after
I don't think so. I think
after
we're gonna get to
Gideon
one.
and the Dark Troopers. Because what you've got Gideon and the Dark Troopers coming out,
I'm
is it
pretty sure.
17th?
Sounds about right. I
Not
think
quite. I think
Jace
it's
said something
like-
about that. I think in the last in the podcast.
So just dodge and do
Yeah,
nothing.
17th.
So you're all
So they're
You got
due
Mega
out on
and
the
that's it?
17th, and Ventress
Hey,
is
I dodge
in
or I
March. So I would say that you will probably see a Ventress article come out right after Gideon and Dark Troopers.
Do you think we'll
Just
get
on a pure marketing perspective, they want to sell as much as possible Gideon and Dark Troopers, and then jump into promoting the next one.
I wonder if we'll get any like special preview announcements, etc. at like Worlds, just like an out of the blue, like you guys didn't know this was coming.
Ewoks.
Yeah, but we know they're coming though.
Ewoks. They're gonna do full disclosure on Ewoks, I reckon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Ewoks are like I don't know.
Or
I think I'm
I
in
don't
the
know,
minority of not being
Bad
like.
Batch.
Okay, now we're talking my language here.
Like,
So
you've got the new
Oh, what's
season
this
of
2
Bad
ring
Batch
rulers
out.
at once?
yeah,
So
now we're talking that.
One TPS
yeah,
like a press
I
fit.
reckon something like
Yep.
that.
So my theory
Or
for
what
Bat.
you've got Cody and stuff. They've got to bring out more
Anthony's
stuff
sitting
with
here like,
Cody,
Why doesn't it
the
turn
Yeah.
off?
that pack
Yeah, I don't get
as
it.
well.
Yeah.
Sean, is that because you're not excited for Ewoks because you have to play against them, or
No, it's actually
you just don't like them?
it might be a Sean
sorry,
thing. At this.
Sean in chat.
No, I think it's actually a Sean thing. I think we're maybe just like adverse to Ewoks, like as Sean's
Oh,
in the
okay.
world. Yeah, we're like, we're just it's
All the
just
Seans unite.
yeah, exactly. We're just literally starting a Discord right now. Like, I say that I'll buy Ewoks. I'll probably play Ewoks and be fine.
Okay.
I'm not like
Yep.
overly giddy for them. But other things get me excited in this game. But
I am so looking forward to Ewoks, just because even if I don't play them, just because I think they're going to bring so many shenanigans to their little force. Because what are they like? They don't have too much. Like they're not gonna be able to bring Pierce and stuff like this. There's so many keywords that they're not going to be able to use thematically. So what are they going to bring?
I like it.
Yep.
I
And I agree
do-
with Jeff's previous comment as well. Ahsoka info dropping with to Mirror Ventress may be the thing.
You're the one triggering.
Yep. Yeah. I do like shenanigans, so go with that.
Bomb goes off once.
All right, so the
Would
bomb's
you like to
going
hit
off
first?
here. I think
Sounds good.
I think both the Magna and the Swoop are taking this here. So so 2 into that. You can dodge.
Yep, I'll just
Dodge 1 and
take a
will
wound.
eat a wound. And I think the Magnas get triggered on it.
Magnus, so go ahead and roll for me.
All right, so
Red
Magnas are gonna take 1
He'll dodge.
and roll for a save.
No,
Oh,
I think they had a dodge.
Okay,
All right, they had a dodge back there. So
Yep.
cool.
bet.
I'm
Yep,
gonna
and
fire here.
I think players might be done the first turn.
He's shooting, and then we're done the first round.
Okay, so Magna's moved,
Alright.
bomb went off. They're gonna shoot. Likely gonna shoot into the swoop bike here,
He's
maybe.
split firing.
Oh, he's split firing. Okay, maybe he'll split fire.
Where's the rocket going, and where's the?
He's got
Assuming the
one
regular guys are
one
just
bus
fighting.
down a shield. Other bus is perfectly healthy.
That thing can really hurt.
Gets heavy cover, I think, probably from that terrain. Is that heavy cover?
For
The bike?
no, just light. Because he's a repulsor, so his base doesn't count.
Silhouette doesn't count until the bottom.
Yeah, I don't. It's the bottom of the base as well as the top, so I just didn't know how high it was.
I think I can still see.
You can just take the measuring stick and draw it across from the top of the rock, so if it goes under the base, it's cover.
Yeah, this is the leader.
No, go flat from the rock, Jace.
Oh,
Yeah,
from which?
yeah, because that's the height of that piece.
Right.
So does that cut across the hull or no?
Like from the Magna base.
But it's any part of the defender as well, right? So you'd go from the lowest part of the vehicle hull,
Right.
and is that below the rock threshold or no?
Like, is it below the rock? Yeah, like it's an upward angle.
No angle.
I'm
Just
so
1 second.
I'm so confused. Do you understand what we're supposed to do here, Anthony?
Yeah, so it's literally if the bottom of the hull is lower than the rock, then you would get covered. It's not like you don't go from the top to the lowest. You go from any part
Right,
of
but it
this.
has to cover more than 50% of them too.
Yeah,
it,
that's what
it
we
would. Yeah, it would if this is
So
like
his silhouette goes all the way up to top here, right?
And even
yeah, I'm
even
just
on
saying,
live
like,
stream,
50% of that or not.
AMG causing
Take a
confusion
look.
with cover.
Like like that to me. Like look where that goes.
Right, you gotta go from the bottom of this though. Right? This whole thing doesn't count. It's the
Yeah,
bottom
I'm
of
just
this.
yeah, I'm just going from like where that is. If that's
So
if
the
that's
bottom of the stick.
yeah. Well,
We were
I mean, I
mentioning
think you
before
can make-
that
whatever, you guys
mentioning
can make the
earlier
judgment.
that
I think,
played
to be
a
honest, I think that
played a
would-
game
if I was
with
on
echo-based
that side,
defenders,
that's what
and
I was
we
asking,
had
but I mean, you guys
minimal
roll however you
minimal
want.
sort of
I'm hoping for heavy cover.
minimal
That makes
cover
sense.
on the minimal height
Roll your
cover
dice, I'm pretty sure
on
either
the
way,
table,
you will
and
get
there
2
was
wounds through.
cover. Pretty much nearly every shot was heavy cover because someone's toe was in cover, or
shooting the
someone's
rocket into it as
part
well?
of
Yeah,
part of the base was in cover, and cover
was
is
just-
just
See?
creating cover everywhere now.
I was just like that rock. It's hard to see where you guys are because like I just know how tall that piece is. But let me see if I can flip around here to show you. So the rock itself sits more than 50%, even going through the middle of the base. So Anthony's point was that the silhouette is floating. It is still floating, but the rock itself is still covering 50% of the model, even from that. And there's no angling of the silhouette. You don't go from that center and angle up anymore. It's basically flat across. So it wouldn't matter. It obviously didn't matter there because he rolled 3 crits and he blanked out. But really important to have a look at the terrain, and you have to check from all parts of the silhouette, which makes it exceptionally difficult, I think, now in terms of some of those scenarios where it's really, really close. So I was asked, I was just asking to see what they're treating it as, but it was a moot point because he got killed. But pre-game, they kind of had a look at some of the terrain. It's a little bit more obvious. And same thing with the rocks. They're playing the rocks as obstacles and basically line of sight, so direct line of sight. These ones are they're called escarpments. They're for a different game, but they have a really, really steep drop off, so they're not sloped at all. So one side is nice and sloped, and then the other side is just like sheer drop off about 1.5 inches kind of thing. So yeah, that's what makes the
They look
disc
like terrain pieces that should be in the middle of a road, like on either side of a road, sort of.
exactly.
like a mountain road
So
and stuff.
yeah, so they are pretty significant in terms of like if a mini was on the other side of that, so the minis are like almost all the way covered over there. So
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
players are going to be ready, so I'm gonna take their command cards, but I will give a shout out to for our turn 2 help here. So this will be Gamers Grass, which of course I just did a nice little conversation about the pieces thanks Anthony that I was using for the Hobbit project, and that's going to be a big part of that build. And then we also want to thank
Nice.
Legion Terrain, who we have, of course, featured on the table tonight. So those guys have helped us out significantly. So go check them out, legionterrain.com. All right, no
Do
activations
you
down
have
command.
a little?
Go
Do
ahead.
you have a little sneak peek photo of the Hobbit that you could show us for anyone that wants to jump into the Patreon?
I don't know if I have a photo. I just did a video update. I'll have to see if I got anything on my phone, but let me do the command cards here first, and then I'll see what I can track down. So the cards are out. Jace has played Push here, and Anthony has played Lying in Wait. So gonna go for a little Bosk ambush here. So all right, so I'm gonna make that go small, that go small. So this will be Jace's second card played. And this will be Anthony's second card played. So Jay's playing standing orders for round 1. If you're jumping in late or forgot, because that was a long turn 1, there's the lists. Really no bodies killed on either side to speak of. A few, like it's minimal at best. Definitely no activations. I think Anthony's... What's that? What? Oh, yes, just died now. Sorry, my bad. I forgot that bike just went off. Yeah, that went right at the very end. Went at the very end. Sorry, I sort of fell asleep halfway through turn 1. These guys playing that it's real fast list is just slow roll, even slower than I slow roll it. So when I slow roll, at least I just whipping through the activation. So I'm not sure if Jace he did roll to get his gonk back, and he did manage to get his shield back, which is great.
And then this was my
and then he's got a tactician roll here for... I'm not sure if he's going with raiding party bus first or...
No,
Okay, he's going for the He's going for the
he's only on the
reckless, not reckless driver, frenzied gunner bus here. So yeah.
But I think I'll just give it to both.
I'm gonna see if I have any photos of the project that I can.
Seems pretty good.
Over.
Yeah.
Probably not much. It's still very much in raw form as it always is. But let's see if I can send over a couple photos. Try to airdrop this while... Oh, not going to drop it to my iPad. That's not where I wanted it to go.
And then my second action will be to shoot.
Now you're going to see it pop up on there, which is not what I wanted to have happen, but let me go fix that. Jace, can you... No, you probably can't.
I might. I actually think it's better to move this way.
Just airdropping a photo to my iPad?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll move it that way instead. Just realized it's a bit smarter.
There we go. I'll send them to my Mac instead. All right, so we have the frenzied gunner bus moving up. The tactician went off. Looks like he dumped an aim onto both buses here. He does have Black Suns in there. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, they're gonna pop out soon.
I'm gonna shoot into that squad.
Yeah, you bet. Let me grab that.
Okay.
Boop, boop, boop.
I should have 3 of them out of cover.
All right, so I'm just grabbing those 2 quick photos here. I'll throw them up.
Because I'm touching
So this is, if you haven't seen the new laser cut plants by Gamers Grass, that's actually how they come. So you gotta Jace, Big Jace did a lot of folding and manipulating, but you can stack the leaves on top of each other to make really 3-dimensional plants. But this is stock standard one piece comes and it's 3-dimensional, pre-painted exactly like that. So the variegation within that and the variety that you get, this is obviously several plant types. But they're really fantastic. So that is from Gamers Grass. If you guys haven't seen those, they are really cool.
Gamers Grass is actually one of the next lines that I'll be looking at stocking.
Frenzied gunner. What's a block?
Black, yep.
Through Phoenix.
Surge red, blank white, and block. And then, okay, that gunner didn't do well, and it doesn't surge on that quad, so that'll just be 2. Into, I'm not sure which was the recipient.
Down to one.
All right, down to 1 because of
Oh yeah, never mind.
droids don't get suppression cover, so it's 2 and 1 save. And there's the first line of the. So it's 4 of these sections wide. This is actually going to be
Yep.
a pond, and then there's
Here we go.
3 flats where the hobbit holes are going to go in this particular section.
I was like, I should be
Then
able to
there's
get
a
5
little
hits,
slope for the hobbit
right?
holes.
Like
Then
5
it
hits,
has
even
another
taking out if you
increase,
didn't
and then
lose.
the piece. There's one tile missing at the end of this, and that's where the bag end is going to go. But that's kind of the crude form that it takes. It's a little further past this, but that's effectively how I will start the landscape, and then everything from here gets carved, and then sculpt mold added, and then we start getting the landscape form in. So a lot of measuring, a lot of cutting, a lot of foam, but you'd be impressed where it ends up versus where it starts. So yeah, that's what I talked about in the last video. So yeah,
Thanks for
There you
joining
go.
us, Jeff. If you're still there, catch you next time.
yep. Cheers, Jeff.
That's gonna go.
All right, so that was not a great frenzied gunner
Dude,
shot, Jace. Looking
I've
for
done 2 shots,
yeah.
13 black dice, killed 3 models, 3 B1s.
Well, you got Black Suns in it to make up for that. So and I mean you still
Taste
got
the
it.
salt.
That
You
shot
got
was
it.
in the open too.
You got an intact bust, so you're still ahead of the game here. So
I do. That I do.
and and Jace is like the thing with Anthony is he still has to press to the mid range of the table, right? And the buses can be
Yep.
problematic
Yep.
in terms of cutting off a lot of that distance. And then you got
Yep.
CAD left in the back here to deal with pikes and swoop bikes. So and really you're looking even if you have CAD left at the end, all you need to do is tie that point at the back. Like CAD can only ever put one body on there. So as long as you got one thing to put on there, even race and swoops to touch that at the end, you can tie that,
is not
and then you have to win. Then you just have to win the middle,
here. I don't
and then be up on points. So there's a lot of
Yep, yep.
methods to having victory here. CAD still does have to do a lot of heavy lifting back here, and if he wants to stay on the point, and Jace wants to just go kite a swoop bike around here at the back, he can certainly do that. But
Yep.
he could get lucky and swing into CAD and do some damage, or CAD could just clean up back there and just hold that point. So for sure, game to be had. But the first point
Yeah,
of
it's definitely
interest,
far from over.
and the first point of interest is definitely going to be how much damage can these buses do, and do they get taken off, because they can also go and crash and threaten points at the back as well. So everything's effectively
Yep.
worth the same in key positions. Every activation on this table is worth basically the equivalent of 1. So it's just how many 1s do you have left, and how many are in key positions basically. So
Yep. And even if Jace is bringing in and forcing his Black Sun and his buses onto Anthony's main objective,
They did have an
then
order,
that's
didn't
forcing
they? Oh, they
Anthony
did?
to stay
Okay.
around
Oh, you
and
gave it
try
to
to
them, not the
defend
T3s.
that as well, and
Yeah.
have to
What
take
are they
out
shooting first?
units. And then Jace just
No
needs
rocket
to
then?
bring a bike and touch a bike at the
How's
end
that
of
bring
game
one of your unit leader?
on the center objective. So
yep,
yeah, there's
absolutely.
lots of different ways. It's still an uphill battle for both. So
Okay,
Yeah, and the issue with CAD, like if Jason wanted to, he could just vacate that back point entirely, and consolidate on the middle, and it'd be the equivalent of that. Like
Yep.
just shoot CAD from range, and then CAD's either going to need to force himself to be out of line of sight and be effective, or choose to engage, but he can't be touching both points, and he doesn't have the speed to do that either. But the swoops do.
Yep.
The swoops can relocate to any one of these KPs within a single turn. Not from
Yep.
the
No, but
back
the
one to the
50-50
back
for
one,
this
but certainly
is
from middle to
right?
middle to either
'Cause you
one,
don't wanna
or
take- you don't wanna take
or
away
middle,
hits
or
from
either
them.
one to the middle. So they have that ability.
Don't you have the rocket?
Oh, right.
I just like to bring up Sean's last
I was like, I would
comment
love for
in
you to not
chat.
shoot the rocket.
So I'm not
but-
too
Okay,
sure.
shoot the rocket.
Can you just
You don't need to move the other guy.
extrapolate on
Just
that?
the leader
Are
has to
you
shoot the rocket, but-
are you talking about Sean's Hobbit build, or are you talking about my Ewok build? Because I'm not sure where the bald part is directed.
Yeah, you-
In other words, you've slightly offended Bryant now, and he needs more further explanation. Well, now he's just being rude, and he's just called you a hobbit. So that's how I'm reading this. So.
Wouldn't be the first time. It's okay.
It's okay, but again, I got Sean's back, so
Yep.
2 against
Yep.
1. We got this. We stick together, even though he spells his name incorrectly.
Three
I'm
crits?
I'm with him. I'm with him. Yeah.
I'll spend 2 shields.
All right, so 2 shields coming off for that that effort there.
Yep. And then I got to roll for 1.
Oh, they're white saves.
They are white saves.
Still
save it.
But it doesn't matter,
Still
Anthony.
works.
It doesn't
Still
matter.
works.
All right. Back to you.
Yeah,
We're going to go
so
with the other bus.
justice somewhere has
Did this
just been
surprise
triggered. So all right, and a little rinse and repeat here. Hello, I'm a bus. I'm here. Brought luggage.
I played someone with against an airspeeder. They had an airspeeder and 2/3 of the game they were rolling red defense dice. Neither of us picked it up. Picked it up throughout the game. Neither of us even. And then he was rolling one towards the end, and he's like, "Oh no, I've been rolling the wrong defense dice." Yeah, and he's felt guilty since.
Yep.
I was so like this squad should be so much more trimmed down.
All right, I think Jace is deciding. I think he's got light cover in the Magnas. I think maybe heavy cover into most other things. I could be wrong. I'm not sure all the B1s in terms of where they all belong, but
Has he sat there? Is he touching that terrain? Is that negating the terrain that he's touching?
just going to back this up just a little bit there so we can get a bit more of a perspective on that. There we go.
Although he's not really going to be able to see the stuff that's behind there, is he? There's nothing poking out. He's only got one squad that's poking out.
No, I think if you were drawing it from any part of the silhouette, I think he can see most of Anthony's models, but of course Anthony's choice here doesn't surge on this, but he does go 4. I'm not sure what unit he went into.
Oh.
Okay, so it looks like he went into a heavy cover.
Slightly better than the other.
He is going to... so it was 3 into the Magna Guards who had light cover. They spent a dodge, but do lose a model, so...
Yep.
And your go.
All right, there we go.
Where would you like to go?
Wretched Justice. I'm having Vietnam flashbacks, yeah. Fantastic. Little Fortunate Son playing here in the background. I don't want to get copyright infringement, so I can't put that on for you. But yeah. Yep. Seems appropriate. So, but that's the best part of Legion is talking about Legion games gone by and just having that running narrative. So it's all good. It's one of my favorite. It's my favorite part in Legion. Yeah, that's why I enjoy watching these games. I just like it's just become one big blended memory of all the games played.
I like having games that you're playing beside, and you just notice the salt.
Oh yeah, just
salt from a player that his dice aren't rolling well or something like that, and he's really trying. He's trying to be good and social and fun, and you can just see him hating his dice, wanting to throw them across the room. Yeah, that's one of my guilty pleasures. if they're a good friend.
Bikes.
All right, we got some bikes happening here.
I'm gonna go with this unit.
Support.
They will compulsory at the start.
On the topic of support, don't forget, folks, you guys can help us out if you like what we're doing here. Train Studio 2019. That's any donations help us out, go a long way. Adding in that PTZ camera if you want to support in other ways. We also got, don't forget, you can join the Patreon. You can go. There's a few tiers on there. One of which can get you your own set of tokens. Probably ship sometime around end of Marchish because the order will go in 1st of February. They're about 4 weeks. Give or take, to get them. And then when I get them, they will be shipped out directly from here. So, lots of ways to help out. And as you can see from our wall, we have a ton of people that have helped us there, as well as all of these folks. And I got to get all those latest patrons up as well. So thank you very much, folks. Much appreciated. Okay. So both of the buses have gone, and that's actually not the scariest thing to go on the table. That's the little Easter eggs that are hiding on the inside. So, okay.
Yes.
All right, we got...
it's the GUI centers from the bus.
Yeah, for sure. Jace, have a list of keywords to drop when the action gets slow. That is...
Would you like to spend your standby?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So we will.
That must have been a... Jace, was that a move?
Bus.
Compulsory move.
Yep. That
Okay,
was a
okay.
Move. Compulsory, and then that.
Which story?
We're gonna shoot into the bus.
The bus? Okay, which bus? The one with no shields?
I think he must have done a pivot move there.
That is accurate.
Because I'm not seeing a shot coming.
Did you pivot move?
Nope.
Oh.
I compulsory moved. Because I was right here.
Yeah.
Compulsory to here.
Move.
Move action to here. And I still go one action, but he's got to stand
Oh,
by.
I gotta stand by. Okay, got
Yeah.
it. I'm trying to figure out what the trigger
Right.
is here.
Yeah. He's
Okay,
got a
gotcha.
one
So
naked beam on
he was
standby.
just getting a walkthrough. So he did a hard 90, then a move again. The pause right now is
Yep.
that he's going to trigger that standby that's sitting there on the B1s.
So between Tuesday
Yep.
and tonight, I've seen my name spelled 4 different ways in chat between the 2 streams, none of which have been correct.
You guys can actually hear them probably talking better than I can hear them because I have my headphones on and I can hear mostly Brian. So I have to take my headphones off to hear them. So you guys
Do it.
probably already knew that. Like, what is that guy
Do it.
talking about?
Given to your anger.
I cannot. I don't have them piped into my ears because that would be too confusing. So, all right. Not a bad shot.
2 shields.
And he's going to
Want to, but
trigger
it's also a
into,
boss.
I guess looks like Anthony was going to go into the other bus here. Option for Jace to use the shields here. I don't think there's ever a bad time to use the shields. I don't think there's any downside to...
No, it's just if I wanted to save him for Bosk's Pierce shot. But I mean, lying in wait's going to get him so many aims. So
Yeah, you're like pretending like he's not just going to 5 crit that out anyway.
yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
so
right.
draw.
And then I think he's got probably a shot here.
Yeah.
No fixed front on those, which is kind of nice.
So
Yeah. I was just looking at the same. Just going. That's.
Yeah, it's really so
we'll just
the
shoot
trade off
it
for
back
range
to
3
the line.
sometimes that does come into play. More often than
Yeah.
not, really, when you
Yeah.
get up there. They do surge offensively as well, which is kind of nice. He does that. Looks like he took an independent
Took an independent
aim on them this round. We'll have heavy cover and we'll proc a model. There we go. And suppression for them.
and your go.
All right, over to Anthony.
Because both the Staps and the Imperial Speeders, they both have fixed front, don't they?
Correct.
And then you've also got the Rebel equivalent of Tauntauns that are a same 2. They're a range 2.
Now you should have
Yeah,
one,
range
but
2.
they don't have fixed front.
Speed
something twice
3.
last turn and then once again this
You know,
turn.
getting all the dodges. Yeah, tons are good. Tons are good. I like them for a lot of reasons. All right, looks like we have
Gets one off.
roll off for suppression here. Does take one off. Droids don't really care too much, but I'll have to ask Anthony, but I think this is an E5S unit.
This is an E5S.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
the one that I rolled so bad against that should have lost the E5S but did not.
Gotcha. Is this a 2-man unit at this point?
No, it's 4.
Oh, okay, it's 4. Okay,
It should be a 1-man unit.
got it. Should be a 1, but it's 4.
So much salt on that unit
Yeah,
that they might
seriously,
rust
yeah.
before they get killed.
Yeah. Hey, say some of that salt from the driveway. It's a little icy out there. All right, so Anthony paying attention to the cohesion here a little bit. Oh, tree down. Never safe from the Black Suns. I feel like the Black Suns might have bigger fish to fry when they get out, but
Yeah.
Oh, same thing. Move, standby.
Move standby. Okay.
move standby. Okay, and the Magna Guards have already gone back there. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Yep, they moved back. Okay. Definitely getting some breathing room from the...
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if you're overly concerned with the standby to get Black Suns out here at this point, but that's
Pulled
one of
a
the things
core.
that... pulled a core there. That's one of the things that you do need to pay attention to is that you can't walk them out into 15 standbys. And that's the same thing I was talking about earlier about the bikes, is that there's a lot of timing windows with this. Like, Your buses
Exactly.
can kind of go up and be this sort of a little bit of a delay around that, but you certainly don't want to walk out into a ton of them. So, Jay sounds like he needs some snacks. Yeah, he needs a Snickers. He's salty when he hasn't had a Snickers.
Check that I spelt it right this time. He heard you, Jace. He heard you.
Yeah. Oh, did Jace correct him with the spelling on that?
Yeah, chat. He was saying before these. It's come
gotcha.
up a couple of times in chat.
Gotcha.
Which bus wants to empty out those?
Should have just kept typing.
No, I would have just seen
Aaron,
how many
yeah.
different ways you could spell it incorrectly. That would have been a funner, a much more funner chat game. Yeah. Spell funner too.
This guy had to roll save, but he made it, which is why he doesn't have it.
All right. So, which one of the Black Suns are we seeing about getting out here? I mean, they're really just made to come out and just do damage.
Yeah, but it's like, what do we want to do damage to?
And it doesn't matter. Whoever they hit, they do
Doesn't
damage
matter,
to.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
Doesn't
pick the unit you don't want there. Like that's how this works.
Just take the closest one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would be really disappointed if they spelled AA wrong. So that'd be bad. Spell it right.
I just
you can
gave
say
up with mine.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't. I told Anthony, I was like, Anthony, I'm just gonna start writing Tony because like your name doesn't fit on most of my nameplates.
Oh, you're
so.
going to okay.
Well, Anthony wrote his own one. Psych dog.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. to write down Anthony, Scythe Dog, Nethercut is just it's 47 letters for one thing. Yeah. Just too long. All right, that is a Black Sun, and then he's just going to get based here.
You bet.
Yeah. And then just punched because they still punch with red dice.
Punch good, but it's
Yeah.
better than losing
It is. Oh, it's totally true.
Don't surge, correct?
Does
Oh.
No, but you get a search token from it.
no, he's got it aims for days, so it'll be 6 into the droids. So it's going to achieve the same net result basically, but not losing the Magnus as Anthony pointed out. I mean, Anthony could save this out, but he does not.
Oh.
All right, so that is an E5S off the table. So let me go update the old activation board here. So we are down 1 swoop and 1 E5S.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. And for some reason, I'm missing Special Forces token, so just ignore that. So that is that. There's a list, too, if you're just joining us or joining late or had forgotten since the start. So Anthony now just down an E5S squad, Jace down 1 of the swoop bikes. Everything else is fairly intact. Turn 2, we are playing KP. I should update that to turn 2. Boom. That is now done. There we go. Still 0-0. Obviously, we got key positions, and we are playing danger close. Ignore that major offensive at the bottom there, but it is the image is correct at danger close. And the buses are now there. It's still another unit of Black Suns to come out. So you still got that 1-2 combo, and then you got to decide like how defensive and offensive you want to be. How much does Anthony want to try to pass past these buses? How cagey does he want to be with maneuvers? The buses kind of ask a lot of questions.
Yep. And the buses are still got a decent little dice.
Yeah,
pool.
there's
depends on how they're rolled, I guess. But
yeah, the quads haven't really been
still
clicking here for Jace at all. But
brutal.
yeah.
No.
All right, that's
But if you're rolling out Black Suns and you're deleting a base unit straight up each dice
it's a
roll,
point.
then
Does
it matter?
No, it doesn't. And to be honest, and they could be one squad and a bus or the equivalent for scoring the KP, like in terms of how much they grant towards you. Obviously, the real estate they occupy, the wound pool, pretty big. So CAD just punching out 1 pike. Certainly not the ratio that he wants to be killing dudes back there.
No, definitely not.
I'm throwing blanks on reds.
Two immobilizer.
All right, so that is
Three.
that's
Either way,
CAD.
two.
They're,
Two or
they're,
more I can't move.
they're immobilized. All right,
Okay.
cool. Jace, you stay here. I wasn't going anywhere. That's
Okay,
what I
taking a
said.
third dodge of it.
Yeah, that's exactly how that played out. All right, Jace is going to
Core.
pull and gets a core. And probably a rinse and repeat. Black Sun's out. Tally-ho. The range 2 gun is good. He doesn't have the Magdet on there, so he won't be able to trigger...
Yeah, I won't be able to trigger this
He
one.
won't be able to trigger the Magdet or throw the frag grenade in there, but they do have split fire potential. But there's nothing really... Like 6 black, 6 white with with an aim is decent. So
Yeah.
no matter what.
So I guess the idea is if I can't get range 1 anyways to use my weapons. That's what I was thinking about.
I think he's gonna try to go here,
Yeah,
touch
so
that.
Yeah, so I'll just do that. Because I'm giving you the
You'll end
light
up.
cover in from the woods.
You'll get
anyways.
light.
So I'll just move, touch this.
So he'll have light cover, I think here.
Yeah.
That's what
Light
they do.
cover at range 2.
And he'll take heavy cover back, which will be decent enough position here. I think that's a 6-man unit.
Yep, they're both 6-man units.
Okay. 6-man unit. So that's the other E5S.
Into his? Yes, that's his other E5S. It's 7-man for him.
Okay, 7. Okay, I'm not sure what the 7th
So-
model is, but maybe it's slightly on the other side of the Magna Guard there. There's a looks like there's a model there. So
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
all right. They do have 2 aims here, so they'll be re-rolling 8 dice total. Not great, but he has 8 re-rolls here. So he just converted 3, which is above, and then he's got a roll this another.
You can re-roll the
And
rest.
converted all but 1, so there's 11.
Right.
So
Well, the surges don't convert.
I will tell you that
The
this on average with the surge conversion is 10, so that is above average without the surge conversion, but not unheard of with this dice roll. Like I said, you just point at things and say
It's
what you don't
independent
want
surge,
there.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will.
I
use it,
do
and then that'll get
apologize.
rid of
Justice
cover.
is now probably on
So
the
now you're rolling
side,
down.
holding his knees closer to his chest at this point, rocking uncontrollably. That's a great save by Anthony.
That's
Great save.
nice.
Great save by Anthony.
Wow.
But does lose 7 models.
Well, not really.
Still gonna remove them all.
Nope.
Oh,
No.
Does he have a
he made
surge?
3 out of 9 saves.
because it's not a 6-man unit. You said it's a 7.
One left.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry,
So
I still had
one
6
left.
on my head, but there's a. Again, I just discussed that. Okay, so 1 left.
There's the silver lining, I guess.
Yeah, that is silver lining there. So, yep. Still, that's a meaty pool. So,
That,
like,
yeah.
Anthony's taken. He's picked up 10 models off the table with 2 activations here. So, yep, that's a challenge.
You save better with them than your Magna.
Yeah, I know Magna haven't made a save yet.
They only roll 2 dice.
Because he's rolling red dice. He's rolling red dice.
Oh,
That's the problem. Yeah.
He picked up some of that salt and now he's rubbing it in Anthony's wounds.
Well, there's clearly Justice is clearly on the floor because even his smiley face is upside down, so he's all backwards. And, it's all discombobulated and all the things. So, yeah. We don't have timers in the league round, but contemplating it now for future play here. Yeah. It's good thing me and Brian don't have anywhere to be. We're good. Just let these guys go along. So, you guys are getting an extra long stream here. Turn 2, by the way. So.
Yeah, I should have said I had a time limit.
Yeah, seriously, you should have. Cracking a whip on these guys. No, it's all good. It's all Legion. It's no good. We're just hanging out Friday nights. I got nowhere to be. I'm already home. I'm literally already home.
That's it. Yep.
No, I appreciate these guys coming out, spending their time here, entertaining us, including myself.
Oh,
All
they're
right.
2 wounds each, eh?
Yeah. No.
No, that would be
Yeah,
so
dude.
funny. Holy shit! I don't know. You
Well.
thought about it for a second too.
It's like one of these dark troopers.
Yeah, 2.
You thought about it for a second too.
Hey, aren't those like full armor 2 wounds each there, Anthony? Surge defense.
90 points.
You almost fell. You almost went for it.
No worries, Tyler. Welcome.
Hey,
Iowa checking in.
B1s.
B1s have done
You're
More
2
wins
hours
than the
late
two
and you missed
buses
one
combined
turn.
now.
Just
G1's
kidding.
done
Just kidding.
more wins than the whole army from
Pretty close.
That's
Your
right,
army
we're
was
only
supposed to be one.
we're only 2/3 the way into round 2. You didn't miss.
I
haven't,
will pull a core.
You just missed Brian, but Bryant and I have moved to be the most salty creatures in this stream at this point. So, all right, Jace pulls a core here.
I'm gonna go with the unit of pikes.
2 wounds each, he says. Holy smokes,
They
this
will
guy.
just aim and punch you because you can't attack me back this turn.
Okay. They don't search,
Oh.
but
Yeah, they do, don't they?
pikes?
No, they're defense.
Yeah. Does this guy even play Legion anymore? Like, what's this?
Dude, I literally said I have not played in 27 days.
No, all good, buddy. All good. I'm just teasing
I
with you.
literally have no idea what anything does.
He's,
Yeah,
he's like, I haven't played the new rules. The new rules have brought in surges everywhere and
He's
double.
wondering where his wondering where his hard 3 maneuver template is here. So he's gone back to playing X-wing here at this point.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
Start pulling a K turn with those swoop bikes. I'll know something's up. So yeah, X-wing kind of. I need to scratch that itch. I feel sometimes, but I'm resisting.
Cool. I got an Armada game in 2 days ago.
Armada doesn't
Yeah.
ring a bell.
It's not on the AMG AMG list, but still on my list.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I've only ever played one game of Armada, so and I don't know enough of it to even know if it was that enjoyable. But I mean, it was.
Oh, it's if you like tactics and you liked X-wing, then you should like Armada. Like
Fair
X-wing is like checkers, is like playing checkers, and Armada is like playing chess.
Okay.
So it's a similar game, but Armada is very much more tactical, very much more planning, where X-wing is very much more reactive. Both good games, but Armada is just a lot more of a thinking man's game instead of just a reactive game.
All right, I'm just gonna give you just a crazy stat, just to tell you how much into
You also don't search.
thinking games I am. Last week I played 146 games of speed chess. Last week.
That's a shit.
146 games of speed chess.
Yes. Yes.
No, either.
I like it too. I feel like it's a super sharp. It was just I like to do it, and I just anytime I get a couple minutes, I just sit down and play 3 or 4 games of Blitz, and I played 146 games last week. So
How long does a game of speed chess go for?
3 minutes max. 3 minutes max.
3 minutes. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So it's not an overly obnoxious amount of time. It's over a course of a week, but yeah, I do love tactical games. That is one thing in games, physical placement of models and visualizing things is my favorite game of my favorite reason that I liked X-wing. I feel like there's some element of that certainly in Legion, and part of one of the reasons that I like watching Legion so much is because I kind of feel like I'm a little bit further back from the game, so I see it a bit differently. But yeah, I do. That's why I do thoroughly enjoy watching anyone play Legion. So I like playing it as well.
100% should have a game. Should jump into learning some of the Armada. So
yeah, for sure.
See, your Sean counterpart loves Armada.
Okay, there we go. Cool. This is where we part ways, so that's fine.
Hey, Donnie.
Hey, Donnie, how's it going? Yeah, we should. You and I should. Brian should. Since you'll be midday and I'll be middle of the night. We should try to get some TTS games in there too.
Ooh.
Get a little Legion action going here.
That sounds tasty.
Yeah. I'm just kidding, Sean. I got you. All right, so moving on up the T series here. I think the play here is to go save the T series from eating a Black Sun shot, because I think he just becomes a juicy target sitting out there. So that's a good play by Anthony.
Definitely
recognizing that for sure. And the thing is, you can't really insulate him in a way with.
I just got my last unit of pikes.
Just catching Chris Zanga, a bro of ours, here, giving a shout out to Endless and his Yavin stream today. Yeah, great job. I said so much in the chat a few times, and I sent him a message today too to say, hey, Good job on that. I know how much
Take a
work
second dodge.
that can be setting up for streams and streaming events even. You have a
You're
little
good.
bit of that experience as well. So yeah, good job. Go check them
Is
out
that
for
for L?
sure. So yeah,
Is that for
go check.
LVR?
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah,
This is
yeah.
just your pipe.
He's doing
Nice,
some
nice.
nice streaming there. So we streaming at World too, so I'll be able to tell him good job in person. But yeah, like I
Nice.
said, I know
Nice.
that's a lot of work. So I do it each and every week, and you know, this is
Especially if you're there by yourself.
yeah. Well, yeah, yep. I'm sure he probably can get some co-casters. I think there'll be some people around. His bodies will start to drop as the days go on. So I think you know,
Yep.
busiest day is probably day 1 for him, but I'm sure he'll have some bodies
Yep.
to help him out day 2. He
Ooh,
probably
how's
has
about the 6-act list? The 6-act list.
Yeah, the
that
6
we were
act
talking
list,
about
yeah.
earlier on.
Little Vader
3-0.
Pelp Gav. Yeah. Did he go 3-0? Okay, cool.
He
I didn't-
is sitting third on the ladder.
Okay, give me some other, give me the
3-0.
top 10. Give me the top 10 who's sitting there.
Or I can give you. Hang on, I can give you like the top 6. I'm
Actually, you know what? Actually, can you give me all 156 players top to bottom, please? Alphabetically, if preferred. So
alphabetically? Okay, sort that out like that. So what do we got? Kyle Dornbross
Sitting first?
is sitting up top. Yep.
okay, Kyle
Matt
first
Bronson
place. All right. Yep.
Sitting
Matt
second.
Bronson. Yep. Okay.
Now-
Zeus Juice. Yep.
Yep. Dave Grant, who is running the 6-act, so he is he's the Palp Gav Tank
Okay.
Vader list, I believe. Tom Patton. Sorry, I'm going via a picture that someone sent me.
Yep.
Tom Patton. So those are the top 4 that have 3 and 3 0. Well,
Give me a
that's
save bus, please.
3 zeros.
Okay.
And then
Go
we've got
Bucks,
Nice. Garbage.
That was a pike shot in there.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Impacted one for a
I'm
crit.
gonna have to,
Thank you.
just for
single
sake
B1.
of being accurate, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Okay. So Tyler's
'Cause
saying
it
he's
doesn't-
got somebody else
Probably get him to GTFO.
there. So in first place. So
Yeah,
Wow, look
I'm
at
just
What's,
looking at that going, hang on, that the maths doesn't work that out. I think that is Empire lists.
okay.
I
cool.
believe that is
Oh,
the
Kyle's
top.
fourth, okay,
that's the
gotcha.
top. Yeah,
Who won?
that's top 4 Empire lists, I believe.
Okay.
So
where
I'm
are
just
you
looking
seeing?
at
Where are
the-
you seeing all the
the
lists right
picture.
now? Where are you seeing that information?
What is this game?
Well, that was something that someone sent me, but
Okay.
I believe if I bring up.
Tyler, if you're on our Discord, want to do me a favor and want to throw me a link in there where I can find the info? I might just do a little perusing later. Game link, game uplink. Okay, cool. I don't have the link for game uplink, but I should go check that out. Yeah, perfect. Awesome. He's got my back. Awesome. Appreciate that. So if you guys didn't see, that was a big, it was a pike shot into the bus, and then Jace actually saved out on the bus there and took no wounds. So,
And boss.
what's that? Sorry,
Okay, so
Jace?
you had how many acts this turn?
8.
All right.
If you
So
killed one before it at the
is
end of
Bosk just the last act to go?
Yep.
Okay.
Boss with 8 aims.
Bosk with 8 aims into
Should I just roll my 5 saves now?
likely the bus here. And Jace has got to remember to roll shields down, or shields up here
Shields are down. Shields
Yeah.
are down on both buses.
at the end of the round. And then it looks like Bosk is going to make a move forward. Interesting. All right, so he's going to move out there. All
Right.
right, perfect.
The skill
Ask and you
lets you
shall
do that.
receive.
Yeah, ready?
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Dumb bus. I think somebody once wise in the chat said, "Let the
And
hate,
bus.
let the bus hate flow through you." So, thank you, Tyler. I saw that. So, just giving Justice a little taste of his own medicine there. All right, so we'll all just stand by until. Okay, that's not the way to start. Anthony's going to try to and he's got scopes here, so it's a little bit of a
Does that
slower
impact,
pace.
does he?
Second, oh, there you go. He made up for it right there. Third aim. Say it with us, folks at home. Fourth aim.
What the
Okay, just one to go.
All right. Fifth
There you go.
aim. There we
One to
go. See?
Hey.
All right, Jace is now going to save
saves.
3 of these.
I did save 3. So I take 3 wounds.
I'm a predictor
Yeah,
of all
broken.
things bus
Yeah,
related,
Aaron
but he
took
will
2.
pierce 1
Yeah,
and he
so
will
he's
take
broken.
3
Breaks at
wounds.
6.
Breaks
8
at
wounds breaks
6.
at 6.
It does break at 6.
Oh my god.
Anthony has now had the bus hate fully consume his body.
And that bus gets 1 shield back.
I hate this game.
And
Yep.
the other bus gets 1 shield back.
All right.
I give you guys I'm
Was
gonna
it
give
okay?
a
Well,
little
I did make it to turn 2 at least.
you guys a little live view in here. This I'm gonna go live with the studio cam here. All right, there we go.
Okay. So now I have to
Let me see if
survive
I can
turn
get this to
3.
work here. There we go. All right, I got a live studio cam. This is me sitting at the desk here, by the way. Players are doing that. See that window over there? That was perfectly intact before Anthony just had that bus save happen. So, Anthony, that was that window
that's
was
the
perfect.
wild shots from
Yeah.
Jace, was it?
No, there's Jason. Got his uniform out. By the way, I'm just gonna my 3-year-old was down here earlier setting up. See, already in the
Oh,
Legion.
nice.
Yeah, double stacking terrain. That's not something we've seen a lot on tables, but that might be future meta. So just so you guys understand, double stacking terrain is a thing.
Yep.
So all right, folks, I'm gonna
That's
jump.
that's parenting done right.
Oh, it's absolutely
there.
done correct. That's right. Absolutely done correct. All right, well, players are giving me cards, but I'm going to jump over and just did the turn 3 transition. We'll give a shout out to Imperial Terrain, of course, also featured on the stream very, very often. So thanks to those folks. Working on some really cool stuff. If you guys have not seen the AT-AT like legged crane, insane. I am literally going to pull out all my favors and try to get one of those for studio as well. I want to give a shout out to Ben from Dice Time. He said he's just done another run of bounty hunter cards, and we're going to get some for giveaways here. So stay tuned for that. Players have the cards back. We're going to jump to the table, and yeah, go ahead.
You have to remind me to pop up the next dice time.
Oh, absolutely.
On YouTube, you can catch Ben's episodes on our YouTube channel as well.
You absolutely can.
Once I pull my finger out and get the latest episode up.
All right. We do have Ambush played by Jace, and we have Reptilian Rampage here, also otherwise known as Anthony Rampage. That is happening. So Jace is going to win pip priority here. So I'm sensing we might see some more Black Suns or bus action here. So let me grab this card. So that will be Jace's 3rd card here, turn 3. As we progress through this. So I think we'll see an anticipated second half of the game be a little bit quicker as we start to lose models. Yeah, as Anthony starts to run out of things, but not hatred. The bus hatred will increase. So it might be some sort of reciprocal relationship here. As things die due to buses, bus hate goes up. I've seen this before. It's definitely a non-treatable disease, but we'll see full effects here on the table. All right, so Jace has opted to go to bus first.
Yes, the injured bus.
Injured bus, of course. Yeah, that is actually the raiding party bus. Although I haven't really seen Demoralize kick in here.
It's CIS, so it really isn't doing
No.
This turn.
Yeah.
He was always out of range until
True. Yeah,
that is also.
I'm just saying it's not really been a super impactful thing. So one bus is equivalent to the other, I think, at this point. So, and the other bus is the aim generating bus. So that might be a bit more of a. There's a backworld medic. I think that was used. Was that used, Jace?
I have not used it.
You did
yet.
not use it. Okay, gotcha. That does require an action, and it.
before
The bus had to go first.
Oh, right, that bus crashed in. That's right. So the backworld medic.
I can use it this turn if he kills any Black Sun.
Yes, if he doesn't go with that bus, but you did order that one, so. Yeah. All right, so Jace is opting to go for a corporal. That seems appropriate. Probably going to see a move shot here if he can get range 1 to the Magnus. I'm not sure if he can or not.
Yep, range 1 on the Magnus.
All right, so does have range 1 to the Magnus. This is going to be Ouchtown. They do have a retinue dodge. Predictors at home and in chat. This dice pool coming in, it's 12 dice. How many hits are we going to see? Quick with your math.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Magdet. Grenade. Yep.
All right, that's the opening roll.
Okay. I've only 3 misses.
Yep.
Then the 1 aim.
Does
only one more.
convert one of those. Only one,
You
so
have
that was
no cover
10.
with
So if you're
Magnet.
playing along at home and
Spending
you
your
guessed
card.
10, ding, ding, ding.
3, 4.
Imaginary prize for
9
you.
again.
All right.
And I'm extremely sick. There's not the
Lose 2
worst
models.
save by Magna, could have been worse.
You rolled one better than average.
Yeah, Anthony did roll one better than average. That could have been a lot worse.
No, it would have been the exact same if I rolled average.
And a suppression on them. And your go.
I just mean you could have rolled well below average and just not had them.
Well, I've already rolled below average in total.
11 Justice says, well, he was one off, so. But we'll give you a flex factor of 1 there. Nastiness. That is a nasty, nasty dice pool. Well, we're very familiar with that one.
You should have been, because that's where he was to move, right? He's just sliding down the ramp a little farther. Because he was there. Yeah, right there. I can put this guy over here if that's better. Not that I can put this guy here.
Alright, I finally got some names and bits and pieces up. If you want to hear some stats from
Yeah, give us a little rip here. What do you got going on?
Alrighty, so we've got leading. We've got Bobby Joe Thomas.
Okay.
Yes, he should.
At the top of the pool, William Wallace.
Okay.
coming in.
Gotcha.
Coming in second. So Bobby Thomas is playing Empire.
This William Wallace is intact and his body parts have not been spread to the four corners of England, I'm going to guess. So.
It's William Wallace from Earth 5280.
Gotcha.
And we've got John Griffin.
Okay, John Griffin, well done.
Relentless.
Yeah.
Now it is broken.
From
then
the
we've
early
got,
days of Legion Academy, just FYI. So if you guys were back with us way back, yeah.
Oh, nice. Then we've got Kyle Dornbos. We've got Matt Bronson coming in 5th. Miles Darcy coming in 6th. Then Dave Grant, who is the one that we were talking about before, having the Vader Palp Gav tank.
Right.
Then we've got Daniel Colassi, 8. Dustin Foran in 9. Matt Kish in 10. Tom Patton in 11. Corey Satili in 12. Danny Trujillo, 13th. JR Dieter, 14th. Kevin Vort, 15th. Don Gillen, 16th.
Okay.
Ryan Sawalski, 17th. I'll
Ryan
just go to
Sawalski?
20.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
My first action will be to shoot
Tony
back.
Hunter. Tony Hunter in 18th. 19th, Marshall Abbott, and Kyle 182 Inferno Squad in 20th.
Cool. I've played like
So, yeah.
quite a few of those people, and I know about I think about 9 of those people that you said. So yeah, a lot of familiar names there for sure. So
Nice. So yeah, they're the top 20. 18 of those are 3-0.
nice. All 2-1s I think are advancing to tomorrow. I think they said.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well done. Good job. I'll be tuning in tomorrow for sure. I'll be hanging out and just having it running wherever I'm at. Going to be working on the computer tomorrow. So yeah.
Yep. I have a nice bit of time available to watch some streams. So.
Mm-hmm. Let me update the activations here. I think, Anthony, you're still just down the 1? You got 1 and then 2 at 1 models? Yeah, okay, good. I'm tracking that right. And Jace, you're just down the swoops? Yeah, cool. Yeah, 2 away from death, and the Pike's at a couple of models, so we got... Definitely got some...
Reverse? What do? I wish I could recover and get the shields back.
You rolled those, Jace, at the end of the turn and got none? Just
I got
one back,
I
so
got
one out of 2?
And his first boss Scott for Reptilian Rampage rolled
I
1, shielded it, and then he rolled 1 again, and
I did see that, yeah. Yeah, Bosca's...
If I got both back, I could have got rid of that entire shot.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been insane.
And the bus broke?
Half its weapon.
Half his weapon. Okay, cool.
It
So
only
that'll
shot
be
3
3
black
black.
at
So
him, and then he saved both of my 2 hits.
all right. So Jay's trying to contemplate here. I think he has pulled the bus here. I think, right?
Yeah. So I went with the face-up bus.
Mm-hmm.
It shot the Magnas its first act.
Mm-hmm.
2 hits in the open.
Yep.
He made both
Both
saves.
saved. Yep,
Also
I saw that.
demoralized it, so it's at 3 suppression.
Yep.
It's It's just where do I go? with it?
Long answer, Donnie, but short answer, this is the equivalent thereof. So you're looking at it.
Yeah, just because I can't really hide it very well.
Yeah, so everything was under now just the Terrain Studio umbrella here for the purposes of podcasting and Friday Night
Dodge
Fights.
is
So
before cover, which is before impact, so I'll take a dodge. Not that it's going to help me with anything, but I'll do it.
all right, so he's gonna take a dodge here.
Here you go, Anthony.
Okay.
I was like, it's not going to help me very much, but
What are you doing there, Brian? What are you gonna do with that?
Sorry,
that
I
activation?
was.
No. I just
Sorry?
meant with the bus, like, and so he shot the Magna Guard, wasn't able to inflict any wounds, and he had the second action there, choosing to dodge there. But anything else you might have chose to do there? A move, a reverse, which is also a move. But
No, personally, I think I would have. See, part of me wants to say yes, go move in and
dodge
block.
charge. Okay.
Try to block with the bus, but then
Nice.
also part of me sort of wants him to leave a
Let your
little
Magna Guard
corridor
trick on the way in, hey?
to try and come through.
Come on, 2 saves, please.
And you
I'll
don't
start
want to
search.
block anything and stop your players
Oh,
from
start search.
coming in either. So
These guys spent their surge.
no, at this
They did.
stage I think
Nope,
I would
'cause they had surge
have
crit
done a
for
similar
the
thing
bomb, the grenade.
Right.
I forget.
because they're still fairly healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, what are the
well,
buses?
that bus has got
No.
three. It's got 2 wounds left now.
My go?
Yep. So maybe not.
But he's kind of he's stuck in against the KP, right? So it's kind of
I
like
pulled the other
like
bus.
it's stand there and shoot me.
Yep. You've got to
and-
shoot him to get it out of the road. So
Yeah. Hands out 3 aims here, so probably gonna see Black Sun's bus and
Self?
swoop. I guess will be
Swoops?
probably the only
I mean,
valid
the Black
targets.
Suns are engaged with. Okay.
Are they engaged with a single Magna
a
and
single
one
B1.
single B1? Yeah,
But I can't split fire.
Can't
because
split
it's the
fire,
same
no.
friggin' weapon.
they are touching the KP though, right?
Yes, they are.
Which one's the unit leader?
This guy right here, right up against it.
Yeah.
yeah,
so
I'd take that those B1s for sure.
I'll get
does
it
have
for
it does have
swoop,
additional
There's,
swoop bikes back there. So
'cause they could just
yeah, he couldn't get the Magna Guard, so now the Magna Guard's stuck in. He'll probably, I mean, he can definitely swing and hit one. I mean, killing one or the other is
I think I'll
at this
just aim,
point
shoot them in the
one
open.
and the same. If he kills the
Yeah.
B1, he's engaged with the Magna. If he kills the Magna, he's engaged with the B1. So
Yeah, at this stage, the B1s have thrown more damage than the Magnas, haven't they?
yeah, basically. So
Get another block.
he's likely. It looks like he's gonna go for a shot
Aim
against
shot
that.
into them.
Okay, he's gonna go for. I'm not. I think that's the EV medical squad at the back there.
There we
That's
go.
the shot he
First
needs off
aim.
the quad.
That's tasty.
Yep, and he's got a
Second aim.
second aim. Does go to full blow to
Fake.
7. I'm not sure the
Alright.
cover situation back there
Open.
exactly. But looks like it'll be light and
Death
will
dot
still
The
live, I
EV
think.
And the unit leader left.
Yeah, because it's a 7-man unit, so he'll be down to med
well.
Yep.
and
What's the
and the leader.
It's really thinning out his ranks there.
Yeah, this is what
He's
this.
still got activations, but they're not lasting. They're not going to last
I guess actually.
Yep.
against what he's got sitting there. He doesn't. He really is going to have trouble with the firepower, and he's going to have to make a move soon. Like, I know we're only into round 3, but you still got to get past all that stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, this is like the far side down here is just a ghost town. The other side is just significantly more action. It's just
Who would you like to go with?
there's not a lot that can.
And he's now brought his last swoop bikes up now, hasn't he?
Double move
He's
away.
left
Double move
left
over there.
CAD with the 2.
Yeah,
He's brought up his swoop bikes up the middle.
Fair.
he has brought them up the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Suppression.
Try to get a bit more focus here and back out a little bit more so you guys can see this kind of end. So this is kind of what's happening down here. So I might just leave it in this this one here so you guys can see
Core?
what's going on. All right. So yeah, sorry I got that, Jace. Yeah, thank you. Core token.
These should have been gone at the end of my last activation.
I'll update that. We are in turn 3. Progressing along fairly quickly now. Jace is gonna watch. He's gonna go do those pikes at the back side of the table. Just make me move it down there.
No, I'm going to go with these Black Sun here.
All right, so he does have a Black Sun unit there. Let's go to the over.
And we're just going to go into the single B1.
All right, so single B1. This seems excessive.
Because the Magna has 2 wounds and a dodge.
Yeah.
Oh, I could kill the Magna. But the B1 hasn't gone yet, so I got to go for the B1.
All right, so we'll be 6 into the B1 if he wants. Oh no, he spent the surge already, so he will have to. He will have to
spend the first
spend it on defense,
4, 6.
and that'll be 6.
Right, 6
Anthony needs to tank out 6 here. Rolls. There we go.
Roll 7.
2
Nope. I mean, he rolled above average, but he needed to roll like 6 times above average to get that. So
That's it.
And
That's
he's
it.
not gone yet. Here you go.
Anthony does still have like
another-
pikes and
another
B1s
activation down.
sitting. Yeah, he's got a big massive troops sitting down here. That
He
are
does,
that
he
are his
does.
bodies for. Well, really, they're his bodies for the KP back here. But he
Yeah.
needs to be over the number here, 1 over and body the middle. So
That's it. He's got to start moving him around, getting him into position.
I think that's the. Is that 2 naked pike? Or no, that's his 2 disruptors back there, right?
Back there?
Anthony's? Yeah.
Yeah.
2 disruptor pikes. Yeah.
Disruptors with the capo.
Yeah. So they're big, meaty units.
That they are.
And if they can
Yeah,
get,
so-
if he can get them in the back,
Shoot your lights.
Yeah, I just don't think he's gonna get. I just don't think he gets there. The other bus probably dies before anything gets to the back of it, and the other
Then
bus
he-
just
Oh,
pit
I mean-
repositions
A
and.
millimeter away.
Oh, you mean like to
Yeah.
the back?
I mean,
of the,
into weak point 2 for the
Hmm.
speeder bike, speeder truck. If he can get them, if
yeah,
he
I
can
don't.
get that, and then
I don't think he does though. 'cause
finish
he
off
just,
at least one of those.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I said, I think the bus probably
Roll
dies
suppression and
before
then
he
roll
ever gets
shot.
to the back. He probably, if he's gonna move up, he'll move
Yeah.
up and shoot. It's only got 2 wounds left. The other one just repositions, and you're never gonna get to the back of it. So
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
this is a B1 shot.
One
I
into the
didn't see
bikes.
the intended target, but I think it was bikes here.
Yep, swoops.
Yeah.
Which
Into
will
the
save.
bikes. Saves it.
Weights
And
are hot
salty.
tonight.
Yep.
Yours and mine.
Ideal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have to pull. I was about to go with the bikes. I'm like, oh wait.
All right. Well,
doesn't
he's
work
got
like
a
that.
good chance of pulling bikes here at this point. He's
did.
got 2 in the bag. There he goes. Pulls it.
Yeah.
They do have an aim token that shows independent aim here.
Yep.
And I. Oh, sorry.
I'm
No.
on range to hit anything.
What did they independent, Jace?
Hmm?
What did they independent those bikes?
These ones? An aim.
Didn't you not throw an aim on them from the tactician?
I did.
No, he went to these bikes back here.
No.
Yeah,
I went
there, bus,
He went,
and
bus, bikes, and bikes.
okay.
I never actually gave them.
oh, I thought you'd
They were
give it to
independent.
these ones?
No, they had one from their own independent, and then they took the aim action,
'Kay.
which is why they had 2.
Cool.
Okay.
No taking sides there, Sean.
No, I just saw there was only one token there, and I know that he tacticianed that one, so
If I can pull
Yeah.
through,
I just didn't see the other token.
back,
Thought I was
back,
not
move,
seeing it,
shoot,
so
and I can pull through
Anthony's
again. I
obliging
don't
him
think
with
I
that.
have one
That's
that
I didn't make that choice, so
I don't think I quite got.
yeah,
I
right,
won't go
movement
far enough.
up,
So compulsory first.
compulse first.
I think that puts me.
This
in
is one way he could
these guys,
do
and then we'll shoot the B1s that just went.
yeah, this is one of the things that he could have chose to swing into the Magna Guard and actually overrun the B1 that was remaining in combat with the Black Suns with the
Yep.
swoops, and then have freed up
Yep.
his unit out of combat there. So,
With 2 aims.
Mm-hmm.
but it looks like he's gonna move up and
Into the
shoot.
T-series.
I think is
For
the
4.
T series he says here. So
Into 4 straight up into the T series.
T series has got to make saves. Oh, does
T-series
just
is going on.
just squeeze out a wound. Oh no, he had a wound on him.
No.
Nope.
Oh, he doesn't surge
They
at
don't surge.
defense.
Doesn't
Oh,
surge.
that's my bad. I
Doesn't
thought
surge.
Expensive and easiest to kill.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought he was a defensive surge though.
Nope.
No, I guess he was not.
Every other one does have.
The clone one doesn't.
And
Well,
Becky.
But it's red saves.
And Becky. Yeah, and Becky does. And
Yeah,
And the
every other
Rebel.
white save for-
I guess they all but the T series. So
Here we go.
sadly, there's 0 dead buses.
Oh,
That's
this was the
yeah.
core that I
I feel like Justice is kind of like the guy from Starship Troopers. Like the only good bus is a dead
I
bus.
forgot that we put it there.
Might be low battery here on our dice cam. Let me see.
Yes,
so you
it
just
is
want to
low.
click the 10% or?
5%.
Okay, well we'll see how full
Want me to
that'll
get low
last
power
tonight
mode
here.
or-
So, it might be, but I can always just throw the I can throw my
The phone.
phone up with the same app, and you guys can just
Yeah,
use a
sounds
smaller version that will be the same size on our
Move,
screen.
shoot
So
my bus.
I
He's coming for me, Sean, and I don't like
I
it.
didn't have it charged up all the way. Whoever
I tell you, Anthony.
whoever's in
Just
this
stressing out
pod,
that he's going to come.
whoever's in this pod, good luck. Well, Anthony's in this pod.
Yeah, but I'm not playing crazy lists.
Justice. Also, do you know who else is in this pod? Sean Death with 6 HH12.
Yeah, Sean
I
Death
am
with 6
100% losing
HH12s
that
is
game.
like
am
what
losing that game.
buses?
Yep.
Sean Death, meet me on the court.
Yeah, Jace's earlier tactic. Jace's earlier discussion about how he's going to face Sean Death was not face him.
Not play him. Play my other like 5 games and just not play him. No, I'll
Yep.
play you, Sean. I'll play you, Sean. I'll give you the easy win.
All right, well here comes Anthony with the disruptor pool. So
Into the bus.
Oh, and dice app's gone.
Dice app's gone.
I didn't bring that.
oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's just pulling it up on his phone.
Just a second here. Just give me that. We'll just swap it out for this. That 5%.
No, it's,
Oh,
I was gonna say that
there's
5.
much more crits on the one on his phone.
it still has 6%.
It's a
Oh,
higher
yeah.
percentage of crits. Is that right?
Yeah, they still got
We still got
percentage on that.
6%. It just turned off.
Well, yeah. So typically that'll last us about 3 hours. So
Okay, let's see if they can get that.
even at the percentile, it is. There we go.
There, perfect. We are good to go.
Yeah. I mean, tell Sean Death to stream it up.
Shield anymore 'cause of boss.
Yep.
Save.
Oh, that wanted to be a save. All right, bus on 7.
Yeah, one
Justice,
away.
Justice, don't go away. You might see it. Anthony still has a
God, man,
pike
why
to rinse and
can't I just
repeat.
I did have heavy cover from
Yep.
that guy, did I?
No, he's touching it. I thought didn't you move your guy to touch Anthony? Or?
Well,
No, you got
well,
me.
I
with-
mean, I had lots of hits,
you had 3, because the rest were all surges. But you definitely got me with him.
and I have a surge.
Yeah.
You do. So you would have just spent.
HH12s
If I
are
spent my
a pretty good matchup against buses. When you have 6 of them, more so. Yeah.
Yep.
That could easily be a cracked bus a turn.
Oh my god. Core?
All right. It's a core.
I've just got the 2 over here. Pikes in with
All right. Pike's just trying to punch their way into
second dodge.
multi-dodge CAD
This should
here.
go way last turn.
Yeah, does,
is
has he
not
got 2
suppressive, right?
pikes into
And then I went after you.
melee with
Or,
CAD?
sorry, end of turn that should go.
Is that 2 units, Jason?
Or is the
with
second
them, or
one
just
There's
second
right
one not
here,
in there
and then
yet?
there's 4.
second one's not in
Second
combat,
one's
right?
not in melee.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah. No, not yet. I think he might have room to get it in, but doesn't currently.
Yeah.
Noise, nothing.
That's not going to do anything. No.
Your go.
CAD's tokened up here too, so this is going to be just a wet towel fight over here.
Well, I guess I have to waste.
I'll be right
those
back. I'm just
guys
gonna go
into
swap
the
that out.
bus.
Move shoot or aim shoot or what's happening there?
Let me just try to use this one, which will actually, should in theory, power it at the same time. It'll say 100.
It said 100, so
yes,
so
it'll
we're
say
okay.
100. Yeah, that should power at the same time.
I don't want to see the HH12 crush us. Justice wants to hurt my heart.
I mean,
Anthony
yeah.
coming up, bringing up around the outside.
Yeah. I think I'm going to get
That's-
Justice made. I'm going to get a stuffy of a AA5 made for Justice so he can point out where the bus hurt him. That's just- yeah. Where was it that the bus hurt you the most?
It's the most interesting
Yeah.
new rule that I think that they put in. That you can't shoot if your unit leader can't see the target.
I kind of like that rule.
I do like it. I
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
you can't just string
I do.
out and be like,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Everybody but my unit leader.
Yeah. And I do
I
like that you have to
do
bring 2
feel-
models out now, so.
Yes.
I do feel it's weird that you can take a wound on someone that can't be shot technically as well.
Yeah, I do agree with that. So,
Give me
yeah, some of
that-
the
give me a
unique
save,
corner
give me a
cases, like
save,
when you like
come on, guys.
when you can take wounds
Okay, where's the leader on
basically
this one?
up to your wound threshold and not actually models
Yep.
that you can see. That's kind of weird. Like the one,
Yeah.
I have a Wookiee out there with 1 wound left, but you can now put 3 wounds into me, and 1 would kill and 2 would transfer over to models you can't see. So that's kind of weird. So it
Yep.
kind of breaks the you can't see me rule. But yeah, all right,
Yep.
big pike
Oh, there
shot
you
coming
go
in.
for 3.
That's actually a decent pike shot there.
You did
3
that
saves.
before.
Oh, I need to
That is a dead bus. There you
Dead
go,
bus.
Justice. There it is.
Mm.
There's a crater where a bus once existed.
Yep.
But I mean, that's still
It doesn't
end of
matter.
3 to get rid of a bus, and the other buses.
And that includes lying in wait and reptilian rampage.
Yeah, like
Yep.
all the big meaty crit
All the
turns.
dice
Things.
bet on his side.
Yeah, all the things. And the problem is there's still a lot of black suns.
Bikes.
Yep.
All right, so that's a bike pull here. All right. Don't forget last call tonight for jerseys. If you're getting them, get them in. Find out on the Discord. If you're wondering what that's all about, here's the Discord link. You can go join that. There's a lot going on in that Discord. So, but what happens if the leader is killed? He can't be killed, and if he can he be the leaderless? No. So you still have to kill the models. The unit leader still remains to be the last one killed with Bernard. So
So we will.
yeah, I did see that, Bernard. Yeah, that is accurate. Thank you. And I assume you probably did the payment thing. You know how that all works. So I haven't really been monitoring my phone. So if I missed that, my bad.
Move. And then we'll shoot those B1s.
Justice saying he has nothing against Jace. It's just purely bus hate.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I have 2 or 3 of them out. Cannot tell.
It's nothing personal, but it's your list.
Even which?
Which one's the unit leader?
Not sure why I had the special forces
This
button
guy.
there,
Oh,
but
then it's heavy.
Is it?
Yeah, because I just make you drop from the back.
It has to be the back over my base, though, right? Because of the silhouette. Okay.
all right. So there it goes. Swooping up to the tap.
So we still have cover.
All
Oh,
right.
this guy's lit? Oh, okay.
Not sure what
It
players are
looks
trying to
like
line up
my
here,
base
but
there. Hits the building past that.
I'll go down.
Hmm?
Like it curves down at the bottom.
The building?
Look at the.
Yeah, I agree, Bernard.
Yeah, so
I
that's
think
the bottom of my.
it's kind of
my
it's
speed
kind of
is
one
the
weird
bottom.
rule or the other weird rule that if your leader's getting shot and he dies, you just have to promote one of your other one of the only
Didn't look at
other
me over here.
in your unit to a leader. I think that's a little bit more realistic than being able to kill someone that is around the corner
Trying to figure
behind
out
a brick
if
wall
it's
sort of thing.
cover or not.
So if your leader is exposed and he's the only one that can be shot, then you shoot the leader, and then
These B1s, I can see these 2
then
in the
maybe
for sure. It's
for
just
me
this
maybe a better option would have been to, if you kill the leader and you snipe the leader, then that leader
Yeah, those
unit
2
got
for
2
sure. It's
suppression
the
instead of
third
1
guy.
suppression, because your unit has to have a new leader.
I'd say he definitely has
or
cover.
something similar.
Yeah, from the back for
But,
sure.
Yeah, I think there has to be some way of
I really think
of
these silhouette. Or these,
having
cover
a
moves
mechanism
worked
for it.
before.
I just find it very weird that
And
if you've got someone around a
I
corner,
don't
he can
surge
get
either.
shot.
Yeah,
I do
Especially
surge,
when
so
there's
still just one.
Rules against them not being able to shoot because they're around the corner.
sorry, I just had to do a judge line
You're good.
call there. So we're just trying to figure out if Jace had 2 in cover for sure, 2 open, and we were wondering about the third one. But again, that any part of any part is
Cover punch.
it's just
Okay.
almost a dead ringer that is going to
4
be
dice.
cover here. So did get cover and didn't do any damage.
Four.
All right,
I'll
there's
dodge
Cad
2.
being Cad. He's going to dodge 2, make 2 saves.
Make both
Wow, and he just a towel, like I said, just a towel fight back there.
It is so horseshit.
Yeah,
Says the guy who brought pikes as well. You cannot argue with my pikes.
I know.
they're just telling mama jokes in the background. They're not actually having a fight.
It just they make no sense.
Yeah.
Windmill punches going left, right, and center.
Mm-hmm.
Swinginess.
Just gonna speed 2 ourselves into Bane with these 4.
And he's
Why
just
not?
for us. That's
And then we'll
8 more white dice coming into Cad here.
Mm.
See if the pikes can spike. The
3.
first one's whiffed, so
3.
Cad can dodge 2.
Yep.
Got danger sense for 2, I think there. So
Yep.
we'll be making 3 dice for this.
You bet.
Nope.
I did a second
Oh,
wound.
blanks it all.
Yeah.
He can't save.
2 wounds to Cad. This is going well.
So Cad has killed 1 pike, and they've
Yeah.
got 2
Tune in
wounds to him.
Sunday for the
they've done
exciting
one. The Pike
conclusion
did
of
the other
this
one when they
melee.
shot him. The Pike's only done 1 wound on 3 attacks.
Yeah. Tune in
What do you got left?
Sunday.
My
Sunday.
last game
Sunday.
rolling bad was going to be good enough to make me roll half decent today, but
You're
not
okay.
happening. No, I still have 1 more.
Wait, so what?
Is
Dead
T-Series
command
dead.
T-Series. This is a Pike.
It's funny because you look at the terrain
just
piece
didn't
that
know if that was a
they're
dead
working around now.
activation or
From the
a-
top, it looks like it's very wide, but then when you get
Well, I
your
did make it 1 turn
when you get your
longer than
end
I
on
said.
view, it's
To be-
it's
I
not as
also had
big
really
as the
bad-
top.
Shots with my cannons.
All right, so that's a
Really bad
sweep.
shots with everyone.
That's a sweep. All right, so we're gonna run
9
into
dice
turn
attacks and 1
turn
crit.
4. Yeah. So I'll just
No, you rolled more. I just saved in
yeah, I
your
just want to
shields.
make sure we've covered off everything. You guys know where to go find all the details for the stuff. I put the Discord link in there. As I mentioned before, just if you've missed out or you don't want to miss out, I'm going to throw an actual proper screen up here of our great looking shirts, because I know inevitably somebody's going to say, hey, I didn't know, I missed out. There they are right there. There's the shirts. If you want to get them, you can do the nickname on the back. You can see this farthest image over here. You got Sean Morris, average Friday Night Fights on there. No question about what we're repping there, and we got a nice little spot for all our folks that are on there. We do that free to our sponsors just because we do greatly appreciate the work and how they help us out here. So we toss that on there for them out of respect and appreciation for that. So, but if you want to look stylish, you got a chance. All right. Oh, there we go.
Do they come with the that same
It's like,
sculpted
nope,
chest and
yes.
stomach as well, or?
I mean, yeah, you can always pay
sure.
for that. You can always pay for that option. Yeah. So
I guess that,
yeah.
you know,
It's funny because
Black
some
Suns.
people are like, not sure about the sculpted body image. I'm like, I'm just trying not to float in my
Yeah.
shirt. So
That's extra option. It costs you a few weeks in Bali.
yeah.
Big unit
It's a
of Black Suns
50-50
are my
chance
new
of coming out of it.
What's that, sir?
Big unit of Black Suns are my new commander.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yep. Looking for a card from Anthony. Got it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sorry, I'm still.
No, all good, all good. While we're waiting on the cards coming from Jace, we'll thank another few folks here. We're going to thank Bryant from Phoenix Games Australia. Bryant's on here, so he can thank himself, but we'll give him the shout out. So go check him out to online. Got Legion, got all kinds of items, clearly, and Armada too, apparently, for those Armada
Yep.
players. If you're looking for some,
I reckon we've probably got the biggest armada in Australia at the moment.
Okay, fair enough. And of course, Brian for coming out, helping us cast, contributing to our holiday specials. Working on the back end of the YouTubes and all the things that he does to help it out and promote. And of course, the league and the league down under, and obviously is supporting his local communities too. So here's a chance. You guys can go check him out. If you guys are local to Bryant, you can do that. But of course, the online realm makes us all a little closer. So even if he's in the future,
That's
so.
right.
So go check them out there. We also want to thank Corvus Games Terrain. We are expecting some stuff coming in here tail end of January, early February, we're hoping. We can't wait to get them on the table. As I said, I previewed that we'll be starting that relationship with them, and looking forward to getting that on the table. So command cards have been given, and here they are. Jace is playing some Discretion, and Anthony is now going to be firing some Merciless Munitions here. So 1 pip versus a 3 pip here. So Jace is probably going to be limited on where he might be giving out orders. Copy of Merciless Munitions. There it is. That'll be Jace's turn, or Anthony's turn 4. And that's Jace's turn 4 card there. Okay. So, and I
How
got...
many?
Not sure how many
how
overlays
healthy
I got turned on here.
Jace's
Oop.
Black Suns looking up there?
Black Suns are looking really good. I think he's down 1 model, 2 models, 2 models. Okay, 2 models in one and 1 in the other.
Nope, the other one's full.
Oh, other one. Oh,
Yep.
there he is. There he is. He's
Oh, the
behind the
other
rock
one's
there.
full.
Yeah, the other one's hiding.
They're all there.
Those are actually really, really sharply painted. Jace, Big Jace has been working on those as well. You guys, I'll have to give I'll give a photo of those later on in the Tuesday cast. I'll bring some stuff up to show you guys. They're kind of a cool scheme. Seen another similar one online, and we use that as a great reference. So,
Okay, I'll go with Bosk
all right.
first.
So Anthony is going first here with Bosk. Looks like he used the speed 1 move up there, I think.
Nope, he's got scale, so he can actually speed.
Oh, he's got scale. That's right.
So
Yeah, so he can go full speed. Yeah, scale being that full speed as well as unhindered, which is quite nice. Looks like he's going to chuck out that bomb, with that poison
What's
token.
What is it when you pick a new commander?
What's that, sir?
When you pick your new commander, I'm
Yeah.
just trying to find that in the rules. I just want to see what they did with it.
Oh, do you think they changed something with it?
No, I think it's
Oh,
the same. I just
okay.
want to read it.
Yeah.
I just find it
Scale
weird that you
isn't
can pick
full
version
speed
A.
if climbing.
What's that?
Because
Scale gives you expert climber and unhindered,
yeah.
and also
Scale does not give you full speed.
No, I think it's
it gives you
speed
one at speed. It
think
gives
you-
you speed 1 at height 2,
height 2. Yeah.
and speed
Yep,
2
yep.
at height
Nope.
1. Yeah, because
Incorrect.
expert climber can.
It does not give you expert climber anymore.
Not anymore.
It
Nope.
says when a unit with scale performs a climb, it may move vertical distance up to height 2.
Up to height 2,
When
and
a
then
unit that has scale keyword performs a move, it does not reduce its maximum speed from moving out into
Right.
or through difficult terrain.
difficult terrain, but not on the climb. Yeah, you just get unhindered with it.
Yeah. So if you climb, it's just you get up to height 2, and then you ignore difficult.
Yeah,
terrain.
we're sorting it right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anthony can just literally go on the ground and accomplish the same. He just won't be as high. So
That would have to be there. Yes. Because that's be within range 1 from you.
I think the net result will be the same here.
Yeah.
Yeah. it is.
Yep. Good catch. Good catch. I was not sure what tool he used. That's why I kind of asked, but
You are not in the
that is important point. So.
Okay.
Also clarified in the rules forum we saw on Tuesday there that the height of the silhouette to measure the range now has now been re-clarified.
So can you scale then off the free speed 1 move on the card?
I don't think like you get
Why wouldn't you?
off the free. Oh, you should still be able to
Yeah.
use probably the speed
can
1
still-
move up. Yeah,
yeah,
I think it
speed
would
1
be
move
fine.
up.
Yeah, because it's still
I just
a
wanted
move.
to make sure, because I mean, as I said, I haven't played in a while.
Okay.
Cycling back to what I was saying, so they had written in the rules, I think page 25, where you were measuring height from the top of the silhouette. I don't know why my iPad's doing that right now, but it's now been clarified that you measure height from the base of the silhouette or the surface at which the silhouette is sitting. I think it kind of references. So if you're on a
Yeah.
taller piece of terrain, you go from there. But that was
Nothing into
clarified
the small
as
unit.
it's not intuitive in the rules.
And into
They still take the poison token.
do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. This one isn't if you're wounded. This
Right,
one you
this
just
one
take
you
it.
just take it.
Yeah.
And 2 on
All right.
your
Anthony
full.
missed on the first one. It was very
Gonna dodge.
uncharacteristic of that dice pool.
Mhm.
And I think that hits the second black sun.
So no
Oh, yeah.
damage from the actual bomb, but they both take a poison token.
Yep.
Okay, and back to you.
Where's fire support so I can just get around this forever?
And the bomb can't hit the speeder bike?
No.
Just out?
Yes.
Okay.
And my dice.
All right. So the full black sun took the
So
two.
the full
They
blast.
both just took a poison token.
Yeah, they took the hit, but no damage, and the
Yeah,
other
2
ones
hits.
had no hits and still took the poison.
They
So,
also have a suppression.
yeah,
Yes,
So
they both would
got
have a suppression.
poison sitting there.
yeah, they both have a poison token sitting there. Yeah, one on the 4-man and one
Yep.
on the 6-man. So, we'll take a suppression, and then Bosk moved up to a position. And I think he might be not quite fully hidden. I guess he still can be seen above there.
The bus.
Depending on
but,
the
like,
angle,
not much
but-
else.
So Anthony's got two pikes,
Two full
a
pikes.
single magna,
Yeah, single Magna.
Bosk sitting in the back area.
I'll
Yeah,
go
and I
Bosk.
think there's a B1 squad back there. But I'm not
There's
sure how
another
many
B1
bodies
squad?
it has.
Just
Yeah,
two.
I'll.
Yep.
There's just two.
Looks like there's 5 bodies in that B1. So there's a 2-man
Okay.
B1, a 5-man B1, 1 Magna,
Yep.
2 full pikes, and Bosk, and of course Cat at the back.
Yep.
And then Jace is sitting on a full boss now. 4-man Black Suns, 6-man Black Suns for now. 1 bike squad, full 1 bike squad with 1 wound, and then I think it's 4 pikes and 2 pikes at the back.
Yes. Yep.
KP turn 4. The center KP, nobody cares about.
No eye on it. Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody's just ignoring it.
Yeah, there's 2. I'm not sure if the both pike leaders are on the back, but clearly one of them is on there. So I think Cat and 1 leader, maybe 2.
On
Yep.
this,
Yeah.
I got both leaders.
Both
touching-
leaders? Okay.
Touching the terrain piece.
Yeah, we didn't know if it was.
Now, what would you
Grey,
what would
but-
you do with the bus at this stage for you, Sean? Would you be pivoting and trying to block exactly what Jace looks like he's doing? So
I'm
would you be
at,
pivoting
at
and trying
turn
to block and
at,
touch that middle?
at turn 4. I'm still trying to shoot as much as possible.
Yep.
So like just because I'm gonna try to put down as much suppression. You have both swoops potentially able to come in and start like overrunning and doing some. Yeah, that's an okay move there. Because he can just be touching, but yeah, you need to be touching. You need to be shooting still as much as possible. Just
Yeah.
where you can keep cracking the unit leader from moving around. I think probably.
Free pivot, move there.
Did the Magna become the unit leader, Anthony?
No, a
I
unit
mean,
of pikes.
Oh, pikes at
Which is
the
why I
back.
was trying
Okay.
to find that leader rule, just because I
Oh,
find
I
it weird
guess.
that mercenaries can become your army leader.
Oh yeah. I imagine they.
Mercenaries can be-
They're not really a
Yeah.
mercenary in
Because
the
they can
Shadow
still
Collective,
issue
though, are
orders
they?
to regular units.
Yeah,
Regular units
yeah.
just can-
That's why I just find it weird, though.
I hate when Bosk becomes a unit leader
Gets in range.
and he gets the infinite courage
And
with his
they're-
enrage. Yeah.
They're courage too now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Who's that now?
Being
So
They are
the,
they are
the
courage too because they have a capo.
pikes.
Yeah, they have a capo
Yeah.
in there.
Oh, they are already. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this bus, and then it will shoot.
Build tactician.
Yep. The front unit of pikes. I will get an extra black again.
I'm just gonna go see if I can turn that lock up. I'm not sure why that locks keep popping up there for them. That's a really good roll.
Decent dice roll.
Always is.
Yeah. All right, so it goes to 5, probably down to 3 with heavy cover, and 6
So
down
that
to
goes
4
away.
probably.
You have heavy for 4.
Yep.
So dodge.
Mhm.
Dodge down to
They
3,
don't have nimble, right?
and
Yeah.
pikes do surge. Not there. 2.
So dodge and 2 pikes dodge.
Just trying to see why that lock keeps going on. I'm not really sure why. Should we change any settings? Are you trying to roll dice?
No,
It's
not
going to
right
be
now.
interesting to see up the back
There you
there whether CAD is actually able to
So that's
take 3 turns and
that's
and
front
take out
unit
the
of pikes,
pikes.
commander. So rally.
He should be able to at least even
right,
it
you
up.
don't have to. I keep
But if he
forgetting
can
dangerous means
do
you don't-
more than even it up the back
Anthony,
there,
care about me and rally, please.
then it's going to create a little bit more of a fight in the middle. Coming around with those pikes and Bosk.
Yeah, on my back, it should be automatic.
Be interesting to see where Anthony takes those bikes and which direction. Whether he's going to just come back around trying to mop things up around the back area, and then run
Ooh, they
along,
shots on me, Anthony.
run along, touching at the end of round 6, touching the train piece.
Okay, we'll see if that does anything for us.
All right, let's see if that comes.
Alright.
There we go.
What are they doing?
All right, so turn 4, just about done this one. Anthony's got that second unit of pikes. He's gonna start measuring out that that all important distance. You know, that 5-6 becomes. This is where the bus blog just says no, that math doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a deceptively deceptively strong move when it just literally changes everything, and you don't want to you don't want to close anything off too soon, because you may have to use that route back for maybe your own troops or to get to other units, or you want to leave a little bit of a window to sneak through. But obviously the shot from the Black Suns can be just as important as the block itself. But
what sort of size gap is that in between those two buildings, just in front of the bus? Can the bus make another move and then pivot and just block everything off completely, so then they have to go around?
Yeah, I think the bus could block from building to building there, or at least could block it so much so where there wouldn't be an inch gap to fit a model through. So
because that would just essentially block that middle one off. So then he would have to kill everything and then control that end piece.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 2 pikes, so he's got the numbers to control that end one if he doesn't lose too much more, and he takes some of the Black Suns out.
Yeah, it's just got to have more on the middle.
It's all about whether CAD.
You've only got one surge
It's about whether CAD can take out.
CAD's got to do it.
Take out the other end, isn't it?
Would still go away for heavy cover, so there's no point. You want to keep it.
I didn't know.
CAD's got to kill him in 2 turns, right? So
he's got 3. He's still got 3 turns. Has he gone this turn?
CAD has not gone this turn, as far as I know.
They have not.
So he's got three rounds of shooting to be able to take them out.
And he's dropped another Black Sun, and he's going to lose another one due to poison. So.
Yeah.
All right, but swoop bikes still abound here, and I think this is where you start to probably use as many overrun attacks as you can,
and then compulsory.
All right, so it looks like they're going to
into the B1s.
Into the B1s, the 5-man B1 squad here.
It's more worthwhile to reroll this with the aim.
So there's 4 into a 5-man squad.
Yes.
They lose 3.
Ooh, lose 3.
Yeah. And then he'll do an overrun attack here, looks like, on the same unit.
Overrun the leader.
So red to white coming in hot here. Still got a good crowd. Thanks for hanging out with us the whole time, folks. It's good. All right, that'll be 2 more into the B1s. Could take them out here if they blank out.
Could finish them off,
Which they do.
Does.
Oh, it does. That's 1 more activation down.
Mm-hmm. And then it really doesn't necessarily become about getting back to the middle as much as it becomes about covering home point, right? Like you got. At this point, Anthony's got Pikes, Bosk, Magna, and that's it to do there, right? So now you have to have one more then, and if he's got Black Sun swoop, you don't have that either. He touches his with us. Now you have to use the Pike on the back, just to then tie.
Nice. Look at that Magna
and then
swing.
you can still cycle a swoop to the middle.
You didn't say this when you beat me the
Magna double swing into at Magna. The Magnas have not rolled dice.
Nobody's rolled dice.
And I played against Magnas last night, and I could not kill Magnas. I killed them, but I mean I had to put an obnoxious amount of shots in them. So.
Yeah. Someone's programmed Magnas how to windmill punch.
Yeah. All right, so.
I pulled a core.
Pulls a core here. I know where I'm going.
And I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's I love how Legion you've got swings and roundabouts where you think that one side has got it in the bag, and then you turn around and go, oh no, one little thing happened, or a couple of dice didn't roll well, and then tides turned, and it happens a couple of times a game.
Oh, I should probably pop the dice camera up in here. Sorry, I just moved for a second.
Nope. Well below
All right, so where are you going here, Brian? You just pulled a core. You got a black sun that's engaged with the Magna,
The Magna's gone, so not that scary.
and you got another black sun that is not. Both are going to take a wound afterwards.
Yes.
Yep.
And then you got Pike at the back, and that's your core choices.
What do you got left to go? You got Bane and you got them?
Yeah. And Bane's only on.
Oh, right, you
He's
got
on 2 wounds, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
See, I'd be trying to whittle down trying to whittle down the B1s that haven't gone at the back there, taking out another activation.
I think the B1s at the back that haven't gone are just 2 B1s.
It's a B1
They're
and
just
a
2
med bullet.
B1s.
B1 and a
B1 and a med.
and a Meg.
And a med.
Med, yeah.
So for me, that'd be mine, trying to get rid of another activation,
Yep.
straight up. Because I don't think the pikes are going to do anything to Cad Bane. The other thing for me would be trying to utilize the pikes,
The thing where they can take a suggestion,
the 4 pikes
Spur.
against Cad Bane
No, not
as well.
Spur.
Dauntless.
Dauntless. That one.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
get there eventually.
Well, they're not speed 3.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, Anthony, remember 2 wounds, surge defense, full armor, speed 3, spur, dauntless.
Yeah. And red defense dice on buses.
And yeah, it's fine. Yeah. That's actually all those rules changes happened since we started.
Yeah. Chase has been on the forums getting clarifications
Yeah,
mid-game.
mid-game
Put
clarifications.
that guy out there because then after I shoot you, he's going to die from the pool.
All right, so this is a shot coming into, I think, Pike unit maybe?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
that pipe.
Pike unit, you guys can't really see it. They're tucked in behind there. They're right there on the left-hand side.
So has anyone in chat been keeping up with the LVO streams as well? And if so,
Is that,
how have they gone?
you rolled 8 dice there? Oh, 10 dice. Okay, I thought you said 8. Okay, gotcha.
10 dice.
Oh. Okay, gotcha. And I was to say there's 10 dice there, so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that was my question. Have you kept up with the
5. No
the streams that have
no
gone through?
dodge on that unit. Oh, Anthony rolled too many dice there. Oh, danger sense. Okay, gotcha. Good. Okay.
Yep.
That was a good save then. It was 5. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it sounded like he was doing good. So I did also see some of the first, some of the second, none of the third, obviously, because I think we were casting at that time. So.
Yep.
All right, so Anthony's getting beat up around here. Lots of tables. All right.
So that was into CAD? Is that
No,
correct?
that was into the pikes that are on the left-hand side.
Oh, that was into the pikes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Cover attack. For
Fuck,
3.
still.
Dodge. Block
Oh my
both.
God, those pikes at the back.
Oh, wow.
I seriously, I thought.
MVPs of the game.
These pikes. I've never been able to do anything against Bane when you've played him.
That's it.
Now I know. Just put 2 naked units of pikes and Bane's useless.
Well,
Oh,
to
didn't even need 2.
be I
Oh
mean,
yeah, just the one.
to be fair, Anthony, if he doesn't kill any models here,
It's impossible.
can't kill them off in the
Yeah.
next 2 turns, and so
Even if you kill the unit next turn.
No,
he's got to kill 2 though just to get you
like,
off that.
I needed
That's
to
what I
kill,
mean.
I needed
Even
to
if he
kill
kills,
one there.
even if he kills the unit, because there's a unit of 3, and I'll have a dodge. So even if you roll 4, I dodge, roll blanks, kill that unit. We still tie on that.
That's what I mean. He cannot kill you if he doesn't get that
Yeah,
one. So yeah.
Red dice, I rolled misses every time, and then fuck.
Like this Magna Guard's probably dead.
All right. Well, we said we're
Well,
gonna
maybe
do it.
not.
We said we're gonna do it, Bryant. So we'll do a real quick. We'll do a real quick one here, and let players kind of clean up there. And then if they got any questions, I'll ask them while they're in there. But if you want to give us any players any feedback on that game, there's your chance right there. So, Yeah, well done. All right, Brian, we made it.
Yep.
Woohoo, we made it. Next stop. If anyone wants to
Could
buy
we
a
have got
bus
through to
pass, we're
6?
selling them here too. Yeah. Yeah. Blizzard Force and buses? Just Anthony's back. We've convinced Anthony to be straight back on. We've pushed him straight to Blizzard Force there. So
Back in the Blizzard Force bandwagon.
yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a Shadow Collective buses win. Buses swoop bike win.
Yep. Yeah. It was.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a league game in the books there. So now you guys got all the intel on Jace's bus list there. So
rolling defensive line.
yes,
Yeah,
that's
I think
yeah.
there was no way that he was going to get into the centre there, from the position that he had in Jace's bus position.
No,
And it was
KP's.
just
I didn't see turn 0. Did you have any other options, Anthony, besides KP? What? Yeah, not good and not good on that. You would have got yeah. Yeah.
so they would have had
Yeah.
breakthrough, and what else?
Um, yeah. Yeah, I think danger. Yeah.
While we're waiting,
Yeah.
for those who are we having callers come on in to have a chat?
Well, we've just opened it up if anyone wants to give any
Nice.
thoughts on that, but we're gonna introduce this. We'll put this segment in at the end because I know people like to. I don't always get to do it on the Tuesdays, so we can put it up. And if people have any questions or thoughts, or if you're curious about something, or got some feedback or question, if we did something that you're not sure of, or if you got your own experience with getting run over by buses, if you're a CAD fan, Bosk fan, there's that. If you got questions about the league,
just like to mention how CAD's dice just did not.
CAD's dice.
Did
No,
not get
Anthony
through.
didn't roll. Anthony did not roll terrible with CAD. Like obviously 3 out of 4, 4 to 4, but the saves were.
Yeah, they just didn't get through, did they?
See why is that?
Just couldn't get through through those saves.
CAD, didn't you hit 4 and 3 in the last 2 attacks? Yeah, he made double save. Yeah, he saved out on you.
Definitely, Justice. When we can, that'll be something that we like doing.
Yeah, we'll keep it in because it's. I mean, we usually do a post chat here. So what I thought about doing is like as they're cleaning up and doing their stuff. So again, I'm home and don't clean up anything. So I figure we might as well chit chat a little bit about game and yeah, it's fun. I mean I like that. I like that list, but we doesn't have like Anthony has 2 really good armor punching turns, but even Bosk wasn't able to get down stuff. Gonks are strong on buses. They're that reoccurring
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Having fully kitted out buses are hard to come up against, hard to take out, hard to come up against. They're points hungry, but it's being able to block something line of sight, blocking with line of sight, and also just you can't get around them. They're so versatile to move backs and forths. if you if you're wanting to keep people away from objectives. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sean, the question you had was about what was the build out on that. Like in my list is like my variant's a little bit different, but this is what Jace had on his. So he had raiding party and the medic and a gonk, and then on the other one he had unorthodox and the gonk and the frenzy gunner. And I have been running on my versions. I was running medics for a bit, but I found the timing to be a little bit awkward with the AA5, so I got rid of the medics. Yeah, so I run unorthodox and gonk on both of mine. I also don't run the link targeting array. I just find that pool is easy enough to get So if I run 2 unorthodox, it's effectively the same as having a link targeting array. I find, because I can put those aims out there, and it saves me another 10 points in the list. So that's my variant, but definitely gonks and unorthodox on both, and I've had success with both of those. So yeah. Yeah, like I said, I think the timing's a little bit awkward. I think if you're running a mall, having the medic, no problem. But I think for the Black Suns alone, you don't really need it. But for other characters, definitely would have some value. But you have to be a little bit more timing neutral with that. And in this particular list, where you don't have multi-wound models, you are much more timing sensitive, and your windows are much smaller. Anthony just basically stating the same in the background, that you want to go with them early, and then when you go with them early, you don't have the late heals. So yeah, but good question, and just some rationale. That doesn't mean that they're not worthwhile. A different list build, they could be definitely very impactful, I think. So yeah. All right, Brian. Well, if that's
Yep.
if that's where we're at, we finished that up. I'm glad we got that one in the books. We'll just jump back and say goodbye in a proper way. So thanks for coming out, folks. It's still like hanging out with like 20 people, which is fantastic. You guys have been very consistent and loyal tonight, which is fantastic. That's 77 in the books. 78 probably be going next week. Yeah, I was just talking about Comms Jammer now, so we'll just be going on here for the next while. So, yeah, so I'll probably see if Jace wants to cast next week, and maybe I'll jump on the table and give a little
Sounds
a little rip of something, see what's going on, and then if not, we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Jump back in. We'll probably do a little bit of an LVO maybe recap and see what kind of came out of there,
yeah.
and what's strong and what's not. And I might even see if I can hit up maybe a few folks that we know who have maybe done the trek, and maybe we can get their kind of insights and the post tournament experience would be kind of cool. So if there's any folks out there who are listening to this in the either the coming days or through the weekend, and you guys are interested, and basically how to get a hold of us already at that point, hit us up, and we'll do a little chat if you want to do a little bit of a redux for us on next show. So all right, guys, thanks for watching. Of course, Bernard in there with easy to predict the future, so he knew
Jace
Jace had
support.
it the whole time. So yeah, looking forward to Brian streaming some Armada. Yeah, we'll get right on that. So I'll get him some sweet overlays. Yeah, it'll be awesome. So, all right, guys, have a great night, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.